Cause I'm about that. Cause I'm about that.
I'm about that come up, running up on the fools and talking foolish. Try to get them funds up, killing them mic just like I ran the jewels in. Y'all gonna get done up front, knowing that kid with an attitude. But you can't really blame this motherfucker for what he had to do. Dirt. I'm about that cash flipping, I'm getting it on and off the market. Not about that VIP, not me, not never been a fan of clumping. All about that RIP for all of my Jesus gone departed. All about that finish what I started, I'm about that.
Top down like you're not ready. We ride, we're about that. So high we see the whole city. We own the night. Top down like you're not ready. We ride, we're about that. So high we see the whole city. We own the night.
Know that I'm about it. Want it, man, I can bring the drama. But it ain't by chance, I'm fucking rapping. You don't really want a problem. Made a little cash in the back end, but still rap like homie starving. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna ask who the man is. Hope I'm gonna be like, beg your pardon. I'm about that.
Top down like you're not ready. We ride, we're about that. So high we see the whole city. We own the night. Top down like you're not ready. We ride, we're about that. So high we see the whole city. We own the night.
Yes, we certainly do. We own the night and we own the daytime too. Hey, who's that guy? DJ Yoakley back in the saddle again. Good to be back on the Power Hour. Anthony Hartwig doing a great job filling in while I was on the graduation tour, the Pomp and Circumstance Tour 2020. And let's meet our talent for today from left to right. Oh boy, starting already, are you?
We're good.
You're good? All right, so on the left side, we got the Yankee Murderers Row. It's Tristan Reynolds. In the middle there, the Red Indians jersey. Of course, Richie Giuliano. And Sergeant Slaughter on the right. Quinn, the... what's with the hat?
I like the hat. It's nice.
You had sunglasses on about 3 minutes before the show, too. What look are you going
He's
for?
giving it a little different look.
I didn't want the sun today.
You're inside.
I am inside now, but
But you put the
I
sunglasses
want to
on.
wear a hat. Let me wear my hat. You're wearing a hat.
I'm wearing a promoted hat.
YSN baseball hat.
Bear Brothers.
They're on the wall.
They are on the wall. And I respect
point.
that. Do you want to start with this, or do you
No,
want to go?
we're not touching this.
We're not touching it.
No. I'm good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, last week there was a very special, brought to you by. Really, it was brought to you by Trey, intern Trey out there. Did a great job with the video. I was challenged on this very show about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. No.
I don't remember.
Very first power, maybe.
Very first Power Hour, and
Second one, maybe.
I was told that I was slow.
Which you are. You won, but you're slow. I'm not fast.
Can I set this up?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm ruining this whole thing.
Okay. Well,
This
as you
whole
do with
segment's gonna
everything
get
else. So,
ruined.
what's new?
This whole segment's going to get ruined.
The reality of the situation was I was told I was slow, and a basketball player, I'm not going to name any names, in this room said that they could beat me in a 40-yard dash, which has nothing to do, by the way, with either one of our sports that we trained for in an earlier life. Quinn played basketball and I played baseball, neither of which run the 40-yard dash, so it was all that much more confusing. And I decided that we were going to do it last Friday. And sure enough, I showed up to the field 11 o'clock as stated.
It was never stated.
And 11:10.
11:05. That was 5 minutes late.
Here comes the Mustang
5
into.
minutes. My God.
Did he have him out
into
doing
it.
anything?
And here's the other thing. For people who don't
That's
realize, I just want to talk about safety for a minute. Safety, Quinn rolled right through that stop sign.
I saw that. What the hell,
That
dude?
wasn't even a California roll.
I'm
That
not
was like a Canfield roll.
Canfield.
You should see him rolling through our neighborhood. Oh my goodness.
How about some safety, young push car?
Coming from the one who never stops at the stop sign.
Who?
Him.
Me?
Yes, you.
I always stop.
You know, rolling through the cul-de-sac and
He's
everything.
Canfield.
It's a cul-de-sac. You don't have to
Canfield
stop
guys.
on
I
a
mean,
cul-de-sac.
their colors are red and black. It's a giant red sign. Like it means put the foot on the other pedal.
My foot was on it. My brake lights lit up.
I don't think they did.
They did.
Because it was like a left. Like he just
Oh, yeah.
like it was like NASCAR.
Whoa.
What was that? we're gonna turn your mic down. And now I'm
choking
gonna have
on
to
lemonade.
Lysol your stuff now. Jeez, oh Pete.
It's not a dude.
We have to
choking
have a
on
coughing
lemonade.
attack once a time. It's you now.
Yeah, you're dead.
I'm good. I was choking on my lemonade.
Dies once like a show.
Yeah.
I'm good.
We're all gonna be dead here soon.
better.
So full disclosure, Quinn, how tough was that on the old 25-year-old body?
The race itself wasn't bad. It was going golfing the next day that really messed me
So
up.
when you come in here stiff as a board, looking like Frankenstein, and you're
It's
like,
from
"Oh, I
golfing.
hate you,"
It's
it's
from
not
golfing.
from
It was,
you.
Yes, it was.
It's from you.
If I just went golfing, I wouldn't.
Maybe
have
it's
had
from
problem.
that face plant you did on the 30-yard line.
You like that sell though? It was good. Good for content.
You didn't sell,
I sold the thing. I fell. I could have just stuck it, but you know.
but instead
Pete
you-
Rose.
How did you fall? Like
You didn't have
I
cleats
have
on.
no idea.
It's a
I think my
turf
feet just got out
He
from
was
under me.
he raced me like Mowgli from the Jungle Book. Like all he was missing was the
I don't have
loincloth.
cleats. I don't own cleats.
He doesn't own cleats, but he brought a football with him. Like we were gonna.
Always. I
You
have
play
to
catch
have
first?
I have to have a football on a football field. It's just how it is.
Why?
I don't know. Just how it is. It's how my mind
You
works.
also have to have cleats on a football field.
Not necessarily.
Usually that's where it starts.
I spent 6 years on a field without cleats,
Doing what?
Walking.
hanging out with Tim
Yeah.
Gallo.
Yeah.
Walking and hanging out with Tim Gallo.
Oh my goodness. You told me all these at this time you had all these great cleats. Like you basically broke down my cleats like as a
They
SKU.
are. I know who they are. I know what cleats are.
You broke down the year.
Yep.
You broke down where I bought them from. Like you had everything about, but you don't own a pair of cleats.
I don't. What do I need cleats for? I'm a basketball guy, like you said.
Well, usually you want a pair of cleats if you're gonna run. Like go to Marshalls and buy a pair of
Don't
cleats.
need them. I'm not buying
big
cleats to
soccer
run 40
guy.
yards.
What size cleats do you have? Do you wear? Shoot,
11 and a half, 12.
I could have given you a pair of cleats.
Don't need it. We're good.
Well, obviously you did need it.
On to the
rematch?
next.
Are we gonna have a rematch in the future?
No, I'm not
Dude,
running.
no,
Never
no.
again.
There has to be.
We're not running again.
I did get called out. Trey brought it to my attention. I got called out on Twitter by several people, which I have no intention on racing, by the way. One of them is like the all-time stolen bases leader at Hubbard.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Love
there.
Jamie. Love him to death. Not in my category. You got a couple more ice cream seasons before we can race. I'll race Quinn because I knew I was gonna win. Naturally, I knew I was gonna win. There was a little part of me that was very scared when he started jogging, and I was like, I think I'm in over my head because he had some really long strides. But then-
Nevertheless, we got to move on to something that we're both bad at. Golf.
I wouldn't say I'm bad.
Well,
I'm
neither
not
am I,
good.
but
I'm
not
terrible.
terrible.
That's how I am. I'm not good, but I'm not bad.
Yeah, like if mid-range shots, like I'm punching them home.
That's my
Same
problem.
with me.
That's
But
my problem.
I
I
can't
can't
drive.
drive.
I
I
can't-
can't either. Everything tails. It's ridiculous. I
Yeah.
can't hit anything straight.
I always ask, and this is with dead serious. If I'm in a scramble, I always ask, listen, I'm gonna make it a lot better if I can just pick this stupid dimpled ball up and throw it. Like, let me gun it, let me sling it, and then we'll play from there. Because honestly, sometimes it doesn't go as
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
In order for me to hit the ball in the fairway, I literally got to face completely this way.
Yeah, you got to face, you got to angle it.
Because
yeah.
we all have baseball swing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
We all have baseball swing, except for
Front
Quinn. He's got a
foot
basketball
flying
swing.
open.
No, it's the same thing. It's just that way.
It's bad.
We'll go that way.
Mine's real bad because
Mine's
I bomb
terrible.
them.
Terrible.
But they just like the harder I
Yeah.
hit it, the further it goes
further
right.
it's
I hit the
Slices.
shit out of it. You just don't know where the hell it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately right, left.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Exactly.
I know where it's going. It's always going that way.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how far
And the
it's
most
gonna
frustrating thing is you try to play your slice, and the time you play your slice,
It
you
goes
hit
straight.
The
Yeah.
damn thing straight.
I
It's
know.
like make your mind up, man.
I'll never forget at the country club in Palestine here. I turned like I'll literally open up my stance.
Yeah, you have
and,
to sometimes.
and the guys that were over here looked at me and like their eyes got as big as saucers. They're like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
I was like, "No, it'll go that way. I promise you." So it scares a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Like the really good golfers. I shouldn't say even really good. Just the regular golfers.
People
that-
know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, people that do it more than once a year. I scare the hell out of them every single time I golf. So I'm just gonna put it out there. The four of us probably couldn't be a team if
No.
we were getting. We would all
Awful.
We'd all be off to the right.
The worst tee off I've ever seen is my buddy Jake Leon. Now, if you don't know Jake Leon, he's a big guy.
Yep.
Huge. We're valley and immediately went left, went through a pine tree, and all you hear is, "Oh my god!" And it's an older lady. She's yelling,
Oh,
and we go over. She's on her hands and knees,
Oh no!
and he hit her right in the ribs.
No.
And he went over apologetic and was like, offered to pay for the round, and she was with her kids. And she was like, no, I think we're just going to leave.
Mista, get me out of here. I think I hit that Mista lady.
Jacob did get out of the cart the rest of the day. He's like, man, I'm going to kill somebody.
Yeah, he's a big boy. And like, it would be like seeing Sasquatch coming over a hill. If that, like, you pray that it's some little guy or, you know, like a guy my size. If I hit somebody, they're going to beat me up.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's Jake Leone, the monster of the Midway, coming over, I mean, he's what, 6'4", 6'5", and just absolute ripped.
Yep.
A D1 athlete, and he comes. And the thing is he's the sweetest dude ever.
Oh, yeah.
Sweetest dude. But if you see him coming over, and
It's
and
like, what the hell is it?
Like,
what are you feeding him?
if he would have hit me with a golf ball, I would have said I'm sorry to him,
Yeah.
like for getting in the way of where that ball was going.
He drive so bad. And it was the second hole that lady had to go home. He probably broke her ribs.
Mista lady. All right, guys. So first off, I want to send a special thank you to Anthony Hartwig for keeping everything on track for the time that I was gone. Anthony will be back on Thursday along with the cast of regulars. Richie's going to keep joining us for as long as he can. He's actually going to be doing a baseball game, 2 baseball games on Thursday for the Astro Falcons right from Next Level Facility. So, guys, things are getting back on track here at YSN. The talk shows are great, but, man, do we miss sports.
Absolutely. Gives us more to talk about.
It's unbelievable. And this past weekend was absolutely phenomenal. Like, you heard Ron talk about it yesterday. You heard Anthony talk. He was part of that 92-94 team softball tournament that happened in Youngstown and Warren. Fantastic. Great to see. Talking to Britt Taylor last night, one of the YSN guys, and the coach of the 18U prospects for the Youngstown Class B League. He said it's business as usual in the dugout, which I kind of anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard to keep people apart in a dugout. I mean, this is the first time anything's ever been played like this. How are you going to keep them 6 feet apart? I think that's the tough part, isn't it?
Yeah, especially with like a Class B roster, there's so many of them. There could be up to 20 kids in one dugout. So how are you going to keep them 6 feet apart? It's almost impossible.
Yeah, and they're in Class B, and Scott Rourke and Bob Beam and the whole crew up there, Steve Leslie, which everybody knows, they're doing a great job. But when it comes down to it, now they're not mandatory; they're just guidelines.
Yeah.
So, and I say just guidelines with kind of tongue in cheek because you still want to stay safe, but with everything going on in the world. I think COVID's reached its peak. I think it's over.
Yeah. We played this weekend, and like of course, you're gonna hang out with your buddies. You're gonna high five someone when they rip one. You know what I mean? You're gonna be around each other. The one thing they did enforce though was the sunflower seeds.
Really?
They did not want us to have sunflower seeds in the dugout.
See, I get the sunflower seeds.
In the outfield, they said it was okay.
Really?
Yeah, you can have them in the outfield.
Well, because they
You're-
decompose or something.
You're by yourself
I
out
don't
there.
know.
Well, the birds take them. We're going to get the bird flu all over again.
Yeah.
It's going to be COVID to bird flu to COVID again. So here's a dumb question. When they came out with these guidelines, they said, the mask for all the coaches, base coaches. I mean, here's the thing. If you throw a no-hitter, you got no base runners. Why the coaches got to wear masks? Like they're more than 6 feet away from the first and third baseman, I would assume. The other thing for me is they banned bubblegum. Like, why? Bubblegum stays in your mouth. You don't spit bubblegum.
I don't share it. It's not like, hey, yo, you want a piece of this? It's almost gone, but you can have it if you want.
Yeah. Here, let's split this one. Like my
You get
fruit
it for the
stripe-
first 2 innings, then you give it back to me for the third and fourth, and we'll go back and forth.
Yeah, like my fruit stripe ran out of flavor. Here you go, man. Finish this off for me. The bubblegum thing didn't make any sense to me.
I just think like in that perspective with bubblegum, they don't want like the chompers who just chomp at it and then like the saliva's going all over the place and then kids near them are obviously getting hit by it around the face. So
You gotta
I
be
think that's,
relatively
their
close,
perspective.
though, to
Yeah,
get
but I
it there.
mean, if you're 20 kids in a dugout and you're hanging over the rail and you're right here and I'm chewing bubblegum looking at you, there's stuff going to be coming out of my mouth,
I
obviously.
get
Probably the
Yeah.
bubble thing too. You blow a bubble or whatever.
Yeah.
I
That
didn't
too.
think about the bubble.
It could be a
They
bunch
could just
of
say no
things, yeah.
bubbles.
yeah.
Well,
but-
then that's
It's a
hard, yeah,
subconscious
that'd
thing.
Yeah,
you
then
know?
you're-
You think about blowing bubbles, or you just do
I don't
it?
blow bubbles. I'm not 7. I'm a
Alright.
grown man.
All right, God. Coming out of that, damn. All right.
No. Yeah, I guess I don't think about it. You know, when I'm doing it, because normally it's like I don't have bubble gum. Like I will say this: my girls just got Big League Chew from Gary Leininger over at the Lisbon Dairy Queen, so I'm gonna be ripping into that. Sorry,
League-
guys.
Big
So
League
really,
Chew.
the girls aren't going to get it.
Girls aren't going to get it. They've never had gum in their life, let alone Big League Chew.
Big League Chew's
Like,
awesome.
Yeah, Big League Chew. But that's
You
not
got to
your
start young.
That's
Start
not your
with juicy
starter
fruit
gum.
or something.
No.
No, your starter gum is like double bubble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
double
gotta start
bubble
there.
because you got to work to get that thing not in.
Oh yeah.
So like, first thing when I say first thing my girls are gonna want to do is when they put gum in their mouth, they're gonna want to do what? Chew it and then
Swallow it.
swallow it. So if you like
Oh,
work
Big,
your
Big,
jaw,
League, Big League Chew, you're gonna swallow that.
they're
right
gonna,
out of the gate.
oh absolutely because it tastes delicious.
It
Yeah,
does.
right out of the gate.
Yeah.
I still want to swallow it.
Yeah.
Ground ball grape.
That's
Yeah.
gonna live in infamy right now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, somebody's gonna cut. Intern Trey's gonna cut that part out right there where you say you want to swallow it, and then it's gonna live in infamy. It's gonna be all over the internet.
Oh hell no.
But the bubble gum thing, like I didn't get, but I guess the bubble makes sense now.
Yeah.
It makes sense. At the end of the day,
You thought that was funny, didn't you, asshole?
this is a kid show. Kid show, like Portnoy says.
That's why we're talking about gum.
Is that a fair assessment? Bubblegum, like, for me, it's probably one of the situations where they said, all right, we took out the sunflower seed kids, now we got to take out the bubblegum kids.
Because
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think those are two things. Siege, they spit them all over. You never know where, especially when the wind's blowing. You never half the time you spit them.
Spit on yourself.
You
Yeah,
land
you
on
gotta wipe them
people.
off.
Bubblegum, though, I guess you're right. If you're gonna do one, you gotta do the other.
Yeah. Obviously, they're not allowed to do any chew or anything like that at that age, but, is that something that gets banned at the higher levels now? Like, you're not allowed to chew anymore? You
I
see
thought
it on,
even in MLB, I thought they weren't even allowed to have it in their dugout, right?
Yeah,
not
that-
openly,
can't be
I don't
seen.
think.
Yeah.
It can't be seen.
These crazy, like, circle...
Yeah, like the little powwow
A little,
stuff. Yeah.
well, yeah, and it's in their back pocket. You know
Yeah.
what it is naturally, and then of course you got the pouches that the red man and
Yeah.
things that people carry that looks like Big League Chew, but it's not.
That's not Big League Chew.
I remember thinking that Manny Ramirez was all about Big League Chew, like
Because he had that big old thing hanging out of his pocket.
huge, and we had a huge wad, and I'm like, man, that's a lot of gum. Like I was that innocent of a little kid. I'm like, man. So then I start wadding up like that, and somebody finally told me like, that's not gum, man. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it's not gum. All right, it kind of crushed my dreams.
Yeah.
But yeah, kids do what they see on television.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Absolutely.
the question is how tightly enforced is this going to be? And that's one of the things I'd love to have Steve on and talk to him. He's got 16 U's this year. So when you look at it from his perspective, he's got 1,800 things he's got to do. And we all have to work together on this. Is he really going to be concerned about if a kid's chewing bubblegum or if a pitcher's chewing like spearmint, Wrigley's, whatever?
And that comes down to like, I don't want to say priorities because that's a bad word to say, but it's like if you're coaching a game, you want to focus on the game. You want the, plan for the game, not plan for if Billy's chewing sunflower seeds, because then what the.
But look what they do with these things. Look what they do with these bracelets and little things and necklaces
Necklaces.
Yeah.
and like white whatever. Like if they could
Yeah, you
have,
can't wear white down your sleeve.
it's unbelievable. And I don't want to put a bad name out for umpires or referees or officials at all. But reality is they pick and that's managing too. Is they nitpick
Yeah.
the
They do
smallest
nitpick.
things
They do.
just to throw guys off their game. And we've heard, this is what we've been told, and I respect the fact that everybody wants to have, just to play baseball, just to play softball. We just want to get out there and play and do right by everybody. But when you cross those lines, there's a certain habit that you've had for the last 10, 15 years that you go, okay, now we're across the lines. It's going to take 1, 2, maybe 3 games, and then it turns to serious. Everybody wants a championship. I don't care who you are, what you are. Once you cross those lines, you become a competitor first and foremost. Agreed? Disagree?
I agree.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Like, would you be cool?
You don't
with-
step on a field to lose. You just don't.
Not
No.
usually. I mean, and I'll say this as a competitor. I never liked going into it like thinking that there's a chance that we lose. Like I always thought, okay, if that's a loser's mentality, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But I've had friends and I've had teammates that if they get through the season and they're a 500 team or below 500 team, they just kind of mail in the second half of the season or whatever's left of the season. They go,
Yeah.
well, we're not going to. What's in it for us? It's never it's never what you want, but there's people out there that do that. So, you think kids are just going to go out there to have fun this year, just all of a sudden?
No, I think especially in the Class B league, they're still playing for a championship. So I think that ups the competitive level even more.
Well, that's
Well, in that aspect, Class B, absolutely, they're going to go win.
Yeah.
Little League wise, like, is it still? Has it hit the kids yet? They're like, hey, we don't. You know what I mean? It's not.
I think there's a different mentality down there. I really do.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
but like the Boardmans, the Polands, the Austin, it's different than the kids here
Oh,
because
absolutely.
number one, they're sanctioned. Number two, like it's community ball versus just unbelievable levels of like they want to go to Williamsport.
Yeah.
There's a different level of mentality that the coaches have, that the leagues have, that it scales all the way down to the kids. Like I've never seen a group the way I've ever that I saw Boardman last year. Like you've got 11. I want to say there were 10 years old, some 10-year-olds on that team too. Like when I was 10 years old, man, I was just like trying to survive. Like like I was just chugging pops and that was the biggest thing in my day. These kids are talking about like professional athletes. They're talking about what they have to do to train. I mean, you look at some of these, and we obviously can't say their names because they're minors, but you look at some of these kids, they're on track to possibly be D1 / drafted athletes.
And this is where, I mean, in some words, it starts right now. Some of these kids. I mean, I know they're young.
2 days after they won a state championship, there was kids working out for Boardman. It was incredible. Like,
I get that's where you said it comes down to like it's a mentality. Yep, I get what you're saying.
like we talked, it was that, I forget, it might have been with you. We talked about being hungry, staying hungry,
Yep, stay hungry.
and staying fed. Like, those kids are hungry, but they just won a state championship. Like, it just doesn't end. MJ, Mamba mentality. You talk about these great athletes, leaders, and we're going to get into our favorite styles of leadership, which will kind of lead us in. But, for me, one of the hardest things to learn was to get yours and then stay hungry like a wolf or stay hungry like a shark. Like, you always have to be moving forward. The leaders that we have country-wise, from locally, from regionally, like nobody knows what to do right now because we're not used to losing, right?
No, I know.
Right now, everybody's losing, and it's the guys that have lost their entire life, Quinn, that are the best leaders in this situation.
I lose one race and I'm considered a loser. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's the definition, right?
All my successes don't matter. 'Cause
Let's just
one
play
loss in a
one-on-one.
40-yard dash.
You two first.
What?
You and him one-on-one.
No, I wouldn't hurt him like that.
What,
I
basketball?
don't
Yeah.
want to do that.
Oh, that'd be good.
The game wouldn't finish.
I wouldn't do that.
Why is that?
I'll bite his ankle.
I'm either getting my
Whatever I
legs
gotta
taken
do.
out or I'm going to beat him by 30. I don't want to do that.
I'll give you a clue. It ain't gonna be beating me by 30.
Play to 10.
I can get my legs taken out.
You guys could have like an Olympic showdown where you play like.
But it'd be the
several-
same thing.
decathlon?
It'd be
Yeah,
the same
that'd be
thing in
sweet.
baseball.
Let's.
He'd smack me in baseball, so
I'll bring the L screen and do home run.
I don't
derby.
think you realize. Like, I'm not great at basketball, but I'm not gonna lose by 30.
oh, I know.
I don't lose by 30 in anything.
Well, neither would I, but you'd get worked in basketball.
I don't think you make it. Look, Quinn, let's
You'd get-
put facts.
You'd get worked. One-on-one, you'd get worked.
Let's put facts to paper here.
We'll go right now. I don't have any problem going right now.
You couldn't make it 30 feet on a football field.
That don't matter. That's a different style.
Yeah.
Different style of athletics.
Yeah.
Get him.
I don't run. I never run.
So what do you think I'm gonna do?
You're gonna run in the half court. Go ahead. I'm gonna stand
Yeah.
right there and wait.
We're playing full court?
No.
I was gonna say full
Yeah,
court.
you
I
can't
ain't
play
playing
full court.
I ain't playing full
So
court.
where are you gonna run? In a half court, what are you gonna do to try to outrun me? I'm just gonna stand there and wait for you.
Where?
Inside the paint. You gotta come in eventually.
Why?
Yeah, you could shoot.
You think I'm
What are you gonna do when you start missing jumpers? You just gonna keep shooting them?
Yep.
Live and die by the three.
All right.
He said, yep.
To each his own.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Use my height that I have over you.
And do what?
Use it inside. I'll take you inside.
Are we gonna have a referee?
I don't care.
No, we're not.
That's fine.
Because guess what?
No
That's
soft
fine.
fouls. No it's gonna turn into. You ever watch
played
Longest
basketball
Yard?
like
It's
The
gonna turn into
Undertaker.
Longest Yard.
I played basketball like The Undertaker. You're gonna rest in peace, son. It's all over. It's crickets. It's
All right. I'll wait. Whenever you want. We'll play one-on-one.
you barely made it in from your car today.
We'll play one-on-one whenever you want.
Oh,
Whether that's right now or 4 hours
give
from
me a
now.
basketball.
Let's
I
go.
got a good one at home.
Let's go. I got balls in my car. You want
All
girls'
right.
balls? You want the boys' balls? Which ones you want?
I don't care.
I got them
They
in my
all
cart.
say L all over you.
I'll be waiting.
We're gonna change your middle initial to L.
Call up Billy and let's get in the gym right now.
I'll make that call.
I'll be waiting.
So we got 4 sports that potentially we might have a Q and Yoke showdown. So we already had a race.
I ain't doing baseball.
Golf.
So I'm gonna get worked
We'll
in
do,
baseball.
Golf.
we'll do,
Golf
we'll do a
definitely has
home
to be
run
one.
derby slow pitch. I got the L screen and the balls.
Wouldn't stand a chance in that.
And then basketball.
There you go.
I know.
What's
I
the
know.
tiebreaker?
We gotta have a
Chance in
fifth one.
You got to have a
baseball.
tiebreaker.
We'll let it swing in.
Bowling?
Ooh,
Okay.
bowling might be a good one.
All
yeah.
10 frames, or are you just gonna go halfsies?
No, we don't do anything halfsies.
It's
But 10
half-ass a
10
bowling
foot-
ground.
Well,
What
some
about
of us
golf?
do everything a quarter of the way.
If you're gonna,
I didn't even get a quarter, so we're not gonna keep getting into distance.
10 yards was good. You got 10 yards.
That first
On the-
one, I
on the
didn't even get
second
out
one?
of the gate.
No, the first one you tripped on the
the
40
first
yard
one's the
line.
only one that mattered.
Like the turf monster got you.
First one's the only one that matters.
did you get turf
I
burn?
lost. No.
Well, that's a plus then. That's the worst.
Little wins. I
Turf
didn't blow on a
burn is
hamstring.
The
terrible.
fact that he was running around the East Palestine football field like he was Mowgli from the Jungle Book was
I didn't
the
blow on a
best part.
hamstring. That's
That,
all I
that
care
must have
about.
hurt your feet, bro.
No, it didn't. I don't have much feeling in my feet, actually.
Because he drinks 35 Mountain Dews a day and he's got diabetes. that's I mean, straight up, that's probably what it is. Like, he wears shorts all
A
the
lot of
time.
ankle
Like,
damage.
huh?
A lot of ankle damage in my days.
Do you wear shorts in the wintertime too?
Yep.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I don't.
I do.
I learned once I started losing feeling in my feet. I was like, well, I should probably stop that. I should probably cover up the old limbs. You, honest to God, if we played a 21, what do you think the score is? We're playing by ones and twos.
No, make it take it. Just straight up.
I'd beat you by at least 6.
I like that.
Legit. If you play legitimately and
a good
not like
line.
That's a good line.
a kid, yeah, I beat you by at
Would
least
you?
6.
Who would you bet on? -6.
-6.
Straight though, not make it take it, right?
No, not
Make
make
it
it take
Then
it.
yeah.
Make
by
it take
6.
that's
By
not
6.
in
That's park
Northeast
ball.
Ohio.
Yeah, we don't play park ball. I don't know.
So if we play to if we
Six
play
is a
to
very
11,
tough line. That's
It's
the
a-
thing.
It's a tough line.
you'd beat me 11-5.
No, 3, 8.
Wait, what? You
What?
said 6.
It'd be 8.
You'd beat me by 8 if we were playing to 11.
No, you'd have 8.
Oh, you'd beat me
get
by
8.
3.
Yeah.
All right.
So for every 10 points you get, you're giving me 3.
Are we playing? You want to play inside though?
I don't care.
Yeah, is it inside or outside? That's
Well-
Well,
that's
if
a
it's
big
outside,
factor.
then it's a different game, yeah. Because rims are different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that. It doesn't matter, Quinn.
Yes,
Like,
it matters.
No.
It does matter. Trust me, it matters.
Why? So
Shooting.
you can't stand there and shoot
Shooting's different outside than it is
800
inside.
3-point shots and then send me a text message with I made 64%.
I did. I shot 64% yesterday. It was great.
And
89%
what was it?
from
And
the
what was the
line.
first thing I said?
Hey, is what it is.
It doesn't matter.
Good
like
shooting day.
nobody in basketball goes, "Hey, let's just let them shoot."
Whatever you say.
I asked, "How far did you run to shoot that basketball? Did you even pull up?" You said, "No."
Of course, I pulled up.
You said, "No." You said you just had the
It's a
ball,
one
shoot,
step, catch and shoot.
catch and shoot, like
That's what
like
a
you're
gun's
Steve
for.
Kerr.
That's what a gun's for. Hey, it
Goodness
worked for
gracious.
Kerr. He won championships. So
You keep working that gun. All this. We'll
I
talk
will.
about technology in sports.
we'll shoot.
I'll get a 7-year-old to come out and kick the ball to me after and rebound it. That's how it works. You pay him $35, he's good to go.
Mine's free.
Or you give him a huggy,
Mine's free.
and not like a hug, like the huggy.
Yeah, class.
Dre.
You better clarify that.
We'll take we're gonna take a quick break. We're already a half hour in. This thing goes fast.
Yeah.
It really does. We're gonna talk about our favorite styles of leadership and who embodies that. We'll also talk about best coaches we've ever had. I'm excited to get to that one. We've all had some great coaches. Then we're gonna get to the fun stuff. Best sports drink. This is a debate. Because we had the Gatorade, the favorite flavors of Gatorade. You got to pick 3. Everything else went. We'll talk about the favorite sports drinks and the best sports drinks in our humble opinions. We'll also talk about the sports brand of choice. This is where it's going to get interesting. Because somebody, not going to say who, wearing a bucket hat, looking like Gilligan over there, does not wear a certain brand that is represented on YSN. So we're going to find out a little bit more
Shoes.
about
I
that.
don't wear their shoes.
Tech that changed the face of sports. Excited to talk about that. We talked about the gun already. We'll talk about radar gun. I mean, what tech, if you think back, what changed the face of sports? We'll talk about that a little bit. We will also talk about the time limits on baseball and softball that's being implemented Is that good or bad for the game? And then we're going to talk about the worst sports movie we've ever seen. That's all coming up right here on the Power Hour, brought to you by the awesome sponsors, bottom of your screen. We'll be back.
21
Good evening,
News.
and thank you for joining us.
Let's get right to our top
More
story
experienced reporters
A new Wilmington
At
restaurant.
GM Lordstown,
telling more local stories
We'll look at
baby
efforts
boy
to
is
curb
recovering from a broken.
around our
Good
valley.
Community in
afternoon.
Niles,
We are
one
here in
Triangle Valley
Youngstown, right
business.
Because you expect
important for everyone.
No place like home.
more local news.
Then Mercer County
Before
Court
they become life-threatening.
21 News is our valley's #1 local news.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
And welcome back of a Tuesday edition of the Power Hour. DJ Oakley with you on this side of the table. On the other side, you got the tremendous trio. You got Tristan, you got Richie, and you got the Gilligan over on the far side, still playing on his phone, trying to figure out a strategy to
I'm trying
beat
to
me.
pull this up.
What? Pull what up?
I shared the stream. I'm trying to pull it up so I can see.
Oh, okay. So you're going to address our social media?
I was just pulling it up.
A little bit of trash talk. All right, from Robert Switka.
Switka's a pod. I hate Switka.
Switka.
Well, he obviously speaks highly of you when he says he's all talk, yoke.
Yeah. He's
How long you guys known each
an
other?
ass. A long time.
Oh,
I'm
so
just
it's
saying. I mean,
those
people.
true words or those friendship words?
Friendship words.
Those are true words. Everybody that knows Quinn knows he's all talk.
Friendship words.
What was it you said
Not on a
before the
basketball court.
40?
It's not on a basketball court.
This is a joke.
This is
I'm
a
gonna
joke.
win.
It is a joke.
I'm
It's
gonna
an
win.
entire joke. We had two grown men that are out of shape running a 40.
And what's different about us shooting a basketball?
It's easier to shoot a basketball than it is to run when you're old.
So you're telling me it's easier to shoot a basketball and put it in a hole?
Look at me. I can shoot a basketball. I can't run.
Okay.
It's easier to shoot a basketball.
The fact that you can't run in a straight line for longer than 30 feet.
Yeah, how'd you eat it?
I have no idea. I think my feet just gave out.
That turf does get
It don't matter. DJ won.
Moist.
So what? Move along.
moist.
Guys, we've all had styles of leadership. We've been leaders in some capacity, and we've also been followers of great leadership. What's your favorite style of how you're led? I mean, there's so many different styles of leadership. There's leading by example. There's there's people that are quiet leaders, loud leaders, big talkers, small talkers, people that get it done. However, people that if you're talking in baseball terms, people that can lead from any part of the lineup. There's also leaders from the front. There's leaders from within. People that'll get down in the trench with you. People that won't. What's your favorite style of leadership and why? And who really embodies that? And it can be an athlete. It can be at the local level. It can be somebody that you had going up the ranks, or it can be somebody at the professional level that you just look at and you go, that guy is a leader through and through. Tris, we'll start with you.
I'm a firm believer in there's all kinds of leaders, but I always say this: two, you know, you have leaders on your team as a coach. There's two ways you could lead. You could lead and be the leader, and you could be the butthead no one wants to follow. No one wants to do what you're doing because you ask, well, why should I do it? Because I said so.
Yeah.
All right? And then you also have the dude that tells you what to do, but he's also putting in that work too, on and off the field. So I guess it's, are you going to be the leader that everyone wants to be with, everyone wants to try to be, everyone wants to work for? Or do you want to be that leader where it's like, I'm the leader, do what I say? You know what I mean? And again, I said his name 1,000 times. I even said it off air playing basketball. Shout out Carter Hill. Carter Hill was a great leader, on and off. He would call me on Sundays. We'd go up and play ball, throw, and I couldn't get away from the dude. But at the same time, it was like, that's awesome. You know what I mean? And it's hard to find those guys. I think Parker Sherry's one of those guys. You know, East Palestine alumni. Put in the work with the young kids, with the older kids. It didn't matter. He's a lead by example, as you said. And when I played softball with you, I mean, how many times did you blow us up on Facebook? Hey, guys, let's go to the park. It's going to take 15 minutes. Let's go take some extra cuts. It's not going to take long. You're not doing anything. You know what I mean? So lead by example. And if you're out there doing it, that's cool. But you can't just sit here and say, hey, I said go take cuts. Or I said go get some extra shots up.
So you like the passionate leadership. You like the guys that
are going to do it too.
Eat it, sleep it, drink it, breathe it, all that stuff.
Because you're sincere. You mean it. You got to mean it. You can just say something. I can say, like, I really love water, but I'm only going to drink one a day. You know what I mean? Like, you got to, like, mean it and be sincere. So those are the kind of people.
Yeah, I like fitness, but I'm only going to work out once a week.
Yeah, and post something on Facebook.
Exactly.
So
So who embodies? I mean, I guess you had Carter embodies that for you. You said Parker Sherry. I'm not gonna get into that. That's
I like
men's softball. That's a different category.
it's still something though. I mean,
no,
it's still something. I mean, I professional wise, you gotta throw Tom Brady in there.
Yes,
you have to, because Julian Edelman came out one day and said he won't leave me alone. I'm trying to chill with my family, and he's calling me, he's blowing me up.
That's a guy that's won 6 titles.
Yep.
That's still blowing up his receiver, saying, "Let's get out and toss."
And this was when Julian was on the uprise. He's like, if you want to be good, you need to get out. Or you can just continue to just be a punt returner.
Yeah, you can be average.
Yeah.
You know, you can make a nice living for yourself, and that's it.
And I don't know, Tom Brady, I guess. But
Richie, what do you think?
I think my favorite style of leadership would be someone who's approachable and has a good relationship with their team and players. Because I feel like if you don't have a good relationship with your players, nobody's going to play behind you. And once you do have a good relationship with your team, they're going to play for each other as well as yourself. So I think if you can't go to your coach or manager and have like a legit conversation with them, you're not going to be able to play behind them. So I think somebody who's approachable and somebody who is more laissez-faire, they're not so much in your face, and they kind of let you just play the game and have fun. And I'd say somebody on the professional level that does a great job of this, and I have to make another Indians reference on the show, is Terry Francona.
Fantastic.
I mean, I think he's respected by everyone. Yep. Everybody could go and talk to him. He's a great manager, a great leader, and I think that's the reason that the Indians have been so successful in the past 4 or 5 years.
I think I'm with you on Francona. I think one of the things I was most impressed with when you're looking at there was the documentary about the Bulls, but there's also one called Jordan Rides the Bus, and Francona was such an advocate, and he was able to manage people of all ethnicities, of all styles, of all shapes, you name it. And that's what impresses me the most. And when you're a leader, you're a leader. You're born with it, but you also are able to kind of build it, as you go. You're able to stack on different things, reading books, experience naturally, wins, losses, all that stuff. And Francona has really, really done a good job. I just wish he would have won the big one, with the Tribe.
Yeah.
Because then I think he could have rode off in the sunset. And he's faced some adversity of his own.
Oh, yeah.
So one of those situations where he's taken everything, all the hand that he's been dealt, and he's made a great foothold for a legacy for a long, long time. Is there anybody locally? I mean, you played a lot of baseball. You played a lot of sports on the way up. Is there anybody locally that really made an impact on you with their leadership?
I would say Coach Niddle. That's the head coach at Campfield right now. He was the same type of leader, approachable. He let us play. He let us have fun. And because of that, we were really good. And at the time, he was our JV coach, and I got to play a little freshman ball with him as well. And we were really good. We had one of the best JV records he's ever had because he just let us go out and have fun. But at the same time, when it came to being serious, he was serious. And I think you have to have that balance between being serious and just having fun. And I think that's what he does a great job of.
Flipping that switch it is crucial.
Yeah.
That's a saying. Flip the switch.
Yep.
Flip the switch.
Love it. Q, we're on to you.
Yeah. You guys were studs too growing up. But
Ouch.
I don't know what's going on with this. Hang on.
Mic music. Check 1 2 1 2.
There we go. All right, go ahead.
thanks, DJ. No,
It's not my fault. You're stacking all the technology right next to your microphone like a
listen.
jackwagon.
Some in the hat. Some in the hat.
For me, it's like a high character sort of thing. It kind of embodies both of what you guys were saying, but it's more like, for me at least, like kind of that lead by example sort of thing with that high character. You've seen guys that are at that level where they've proven that they can do it, so they kind of want to teach it more, and they're hands on all throughout. Like in basketball for us, it's more like all the way down. Like they don't just worry about the high school kids; they worry all the way down through the youth programs, stuff like that, where they embody the players to be more accountable on their own, responsible, and all that stuff. But they also teach it to them and kind of just pass it on through the kids, and it just trickles down all the way down.
And who embodies that?
Oh, there's countless guys that I could think of for this. Player-wise, I mean, Justin Sweeney for Lisbon a couple years ago was one of those guys. He would help out in the youth program, and he was just a good kid. Coaching-wise, probably John Cullen would be one of them. I got to play for Coach Cullen. He'd be one of them. Coach Huxold's one of them. Moving it up on through, I mean, you get into the Coach K, guys like that. I don't know other sports as much as I know basketball, so I'm going to kind of keep it in the basketball realm. I mean, Coach Popovich, once you get to the NBA.
No, I'm with you. I think that's a great list. And you did local, regional, national. I love that. For me, it boils down to my favorite style of leadership is people that lead from the front lines, right? You know, they're in the trenches with you. They're people that don't tell you no. They believe in you from the jump. They see something in you. And it drives them to be better because they want you to be better. They want you to follow their lead, and that's what to me makes a true leader. There's a lot of leaders that I really really respect, both in business, sports, you know, in the church. I mean, there's so many people in this life. And I'm going to give you a few. One of the biggest role models I have, one of the biggest leaders, is a guy named Jeff Bucklew, who is such a great person, but he believes in every one of his team. And I learned so much from him to where if he's in a management or a leadership role, he brings in people that fit the needs of his team, whether they're goofy or whether they're like they embody a certain role in his lineup. And that's where I learned kind of my leadership style is I always grew up thinking everybody needs to be like me. They need to talk like me, they need to act like me. Like nobody's right if it's not my opinion. That's like when we listen naturally, like I was to a point where I wanted you to speak the words that are coming out of my mouth, but I wanted you to speak them, and then you were right. Those are the people I was looking for. And then I realized that's not leadership. That's I don't know what that is. There's so many isms out there that it's just
Anarchy.
It's dictatorship is what it is. But that's not what leadership is. Leadership is being able to mold what's around you, put everybody facing forward. And you okay? Did you die?
Not yet.
Everybody's dying on the show.
Everybody. Richie and I are the only ones left. I feel like we're on The Walking Dead. But leadership is influence, and John Maxwell has a book. It's called The 21 Laws of Leadership, and it's the first line, which is coincidentally one of the only ones I read, is leadership is influence, influence is leadership. And Jeff Bucklew, in my eyes, and if he's out there, Jeff, I appreciate you so much. He was that guy that really lit the fire under me that said you can do anything you want. Like everybody's been telling you, You're too short to play basketball. You're too slow to play. You know,
Quinn.
You're too. You can't be a quarterback
Quinn's
because you
the
can't
bully,
see
yeah.
over the line. But then you go and you prove them wrong. And as a society right now, there's a lot of people that are playing victims. But in life, there's so many people that are waiting to praise you and raise you up. The guys, like, look around. Like, we have some of the greatest role models in this valley because of what they've overcome. And they're looking to help us. They're looking to help you individually. A leader does that. You look at a guy like Dan Yeagley at South Range, and he goes under the radar a lot in this area because he's not outspoken. Like, if you talk to him, he'll tell you everything about everything, and he's a guy that asks you how you're doing and how your family's doing, and he waits for an answer. Nowadays, we're so rushed with everything. We've got so many responsibilities that it's, hey, how you doing? You know, as ships sailing through the night. Coach Yeagley's the kind of guy that actually, not only does he remember the last conversation you had, he remembers the name of your wife, he remembers the name of your dog, he remembers the name of your kids, and he cares. They don't make him like Coach Yeagley anymore.
No.
And the thing is, when they do make him, it's around here. It's around this area because he's had so much of an influence on so many that, speaking on behalf of myself, so many people want to be like him because he does things the right way. And I think that stems off of guys like Jim Tressel, stems off guys of leadership here in our area that we look at it and we go, man, they've influenced so many. When Jim Tressel walks in, and I've been in these rooms,
He changes the room
he owns the room, and that's
without trying. And
yeah.
he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to come in and be like, "Oh, this is my." I get what you're saying.
It's natural.
Yeah.
It's something. It's what you carry, how you carry yourself. And Coach President Tressel has done a fantastic job of carrying that in whatever he does. And I think leaders always do that. They always find a way. Now there's always doubt. I can tell you this: they're all human. You know, they all put their pants on one leg at a time.
Yep.
But they'll also be the first to tell you that you can be a leader as well. It's all about, you know, the choices that you make and the influences that you have.
Yeah.
We sit at this table. We're blessed to be able to sit here and express our opinions about things that really don't matter.
And another quality go on, and I think he might fall in that category. Someone who always finds the best, and even a crappy situation. It's like, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. We can figure it out. Even if they turn around and say, "Oh, can we really?" They're not going to show you that though.
Yeah.
And that's big because if someone believes in you, like if I tell you you're going to go out, you're going to throw a no-hitter. And I turn around, oh shit, he's going to get rocked today. You're going to step on that mound, you're going to be like, oh, he said I'm going to throw a no-hitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna be feeling it.
It's influence, right? That's what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm in agreement with that. The old adage is never let them see you sweat, right? That starts at the top because if you can perform and you can make people believe in themselves, even in a situation where they're not there, but if they just a little belief gets you an extra inning, an extra pitch, you know, you help the team or you help the cause. That's what it's all about. So, and I encourage people out there, especially, we're not going to get into the whole situation at hand because we're a sports network. We're not a news network. But I encourage people to be positive influencers and positive leaders in a world right now that is just covered in a black and dark cloud. So it's really unfortunate to where things have turned in our country. And it doesn't matter what color of skin you have. It matters what's on your heart. And I think we can all agree to the fact that here at YSN, we just love people that love sports. Whether you played it, whether you didn't, whether you just want to talk about it, we just ask you to lead by example.
Absolutely.
And that's it. No matter what you believe in, you know, in whatever it is in life, we just ask you that you lead by example and do the right things and always do what is right when it's the right time to do it. So
Absolutely.
I
do got one question on this bit.
Yeah.
Now, do you think sports create leaders? Now, because you've probably done it. You've been a coach. You've been around a game. I don't know if you coach. You put kids in those positions because you're like, you know what, he needs that. You need a quiet kid. Like, oh, you better step up because. Do you think it creates leaders?
I do. I think adversity creates leaders.
Absolutely.
I think it's not just sports. Sports enhances leaders because you're always up against it.
It's a competitive nature.
Yeah, it's
everything should be a competitive nature.
There's a bright light shining on sports,
Absolutely.
and you know everybody's watching. But I think adversity over anything creates leaders. Having no money and having a late library book, you know what I mean, and you own.
Oh, speaking of library book, well, YSU, I'm sorry, I'm keeping that. I can't get up there. I ain't got no car.
But honestly, like even that, like you know what I mean, like you don't have a car, but you get here every day. That's adversity. Richie, you're battling adversity. You're trying to have multiple jobs and get a degree. Mm-hmm. That's leadership. Somebody's looking at you, whether you know it or not, and saying, "Well, look what Richie's doing. Look what Quinn's doing. He's wearing a bucket hat." Inside with sunglasses. Like, that's leadership. That's stepping outside the box.
I don't know if that's leadership.
Leading somebody.
Leading myself.
Hey, and real quick, about my car, I have a Jeep, guys. You know how you take the doors off Jeeps?
Yeah. This is a funny story.
My door's coming off, but it's not the Jeep that you want to take the doors off of. So it's not a good thing.
Yikes.
So.
Are you getting it fixed or are you getting a new car?
Duct tape and
I'm
super
currently
glue.
trying to get a new car. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm very superstitious. I want to jinx myself, but...
Duct tape and super
Go,
glue.
baby.
We got so.
Let's go.
Is there some place you're looking to get it at that we can promote on the air and say, hey, go there and it's the official ride at Tristan Reynolds?
It might be, it might not be. It's in limbo.
Where are you at?
I will know about 80%. 80%.
It keeps going up as we talk about it. It's going up.
Yeah,
it's in limbo. No, it's 80%.
It's there. It's in the works. It's in the
It's
works.
like the limbo sticks on the top rung, and you just have to walk under it.
It's in the works, man.
Well, we're excited to get you some new wheels. We're proud of you for.
I can't have a Mustang and a Volvo, Quinn, and a bucket hat. Damn it, give me one of those.
I'll give you the bucket.
Let's talk about best coaches you've ever had. I mean, you talked about Coach Niddle. I mean, we've all had several coaches. We've had some really good coaches, and you've had some guys that have just kind of filled in. You know what I mean? But they did the best they could.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to be a John Cullen. Not everybody's going to be a Dan Yeagley. Not everybody's going to be a Coach Niddle. Not everybody's going to be a Coach Cusick. Who are the best coaches either you've played for or you've seen on the other sideline or other dugout that you're really impressed with, that left a lasting impression on you? Sorry, you there, Bucket.
Yeah, let's reverse this.
That's tough. You took Cullen from me, so.
Well, you already used
Cullen,
him.
yeah, Coach Cullen's the best coach I've ever played for.
What's his style? Is he a player coach or is he just he's an educational coach?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
He's both. He's just a really good coach. But being a coach now, I've gotten to be able to see some coaches that not many people see in this area, at least, like Dennis Tucci at Malvern. He's one of those guys he's a pillar basically of Malvern basketball. He's been there for years. He played for Coach Dennis down at Latonia. He played when Coach Dennis was coaching somewhere else. But he built a great program at Malvern, and they win. They win. I think he has like 500 some odd wins. But he's one of those high character guys, and he's just a really good coach.
I'm going to interject and kind of talk about a coach that I've seen this year. I've heard so much about him. We got to do a level up with Coach Rick Gates at Crestview, and you talk about
Don't steal mine, man.
What is that him?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, you can add on.
Okay.
You can add on. Coach
I got
Gates,
two. He's one of them.
Coach Gates, he's not only just a fantastic, he gets his point across so well, and he does it because he takes each of his kids and he communicates differently with each of them.
Absolutely.
To where they understand, to where it motivates them. I was very impressed with how he carried himself. His staff that he put together were, I guess, majority of kids that he coached, players that he coached on the sideline, which speaks to people that are willing to, and I say this with air quotes, take the bullet for their coach. Like, you don't give somebody time that you don't believe in. And, have Troy Dewey on your sideline that understands, and to give them real roles, like not just being fake coaches, just holding clipboards. Troy was doing coaching.
Absolutely.
His daughter, Coach Gates' daughter, was coaching. She was at the event we were at. She was actually running the event because it was for a member of the community.
She can break down your shot. Like
Yeah.
within 2 days, and she could fix it.
But great coaches lead, and then they always talk about the coaching trees. When they're able to branch out, they're able to take it and let them run with parts of the program.
Absolutely.
And Coach Gates did a phenomenal job this year, in his first year back, of taking a program that was not in the greatest condition.
It was almost.
Yeah, it was not in good straits. He was able to not only build it back foundationally, but he was able to build a house on it.
Absolutely,
And
it's there, and it's
people are excited about the program, and it's
not just a house right now. It's about to be a development.
Yeah, and that's kudos to him, because coaching to me is about obviously leadership. It's about influence, but it's also about culture, and the culture in that locker room is, to me, as good as I've ever seen. Kids are believing in each other. Now, they've got some talent on that team, absolutely, but he was able to take a volatile situation, flip it on its head, and to me, and I'm going to get a little bit, Sunday morning on you. He did it on the back of Christ. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's what I believe in more than anything, is when we can't do, we rely on Christ. We rely, we drop to our knees and we pray about it. Coach Gates has done a phenomenal job over at Crestview, and there's so many. We talked about Coach Yeagley, but I wanted to highlight Coach Gates because of what he's done, and it doesn't go unnoticed, because a lot of people have their eyes on Crestview now, and they go, what are they going to do? What are they going to do?
As soon as he came in, I mean, anyone who would have got the job, you're under a microscope because of where it was and what are you going to do? Essentially, everyone's going to ask you that. No matter where you go. You go to Vittle. What are you going to do? What's happening? Where are you going to go? And you're right. He did a great job putting everyone in the right role, like you said earlier, about being a leader. Now, I'm going to cut you off. But Coach Gates, coach-wise, he just, when I was growing up, I was a punk. I was a big punk. I was a punk. And we had our differences, but looking back, I mean, everything was for the right reason that he was telling me. And coaching with Coach Gates, and I honestly feel like that's a big part of why I am, how I am. I'm on his staff now, obviously. I respect him more than anything in the world. X's and O's, smartest dude in my opinion. But I kick myself every day. I text him almost every day. I apologize. But that right there, I mean, just how he deals with people and how he can get the best at anyone, in my opinion. I mean, that's great. And another one is Jeff Berger. Never coached with him, I mean, for him or whatever. But he changed the game for me. Like, defensively, I was never a defensive guy. And he sat me down, he broke it down, and just changed it completely. Made me into a basketball guy. Both of these guys have made me into a basketball guy. I was never a basketball guy until I sat down with these two. So those are my two for sure. And, I mean, you can go on and on. Coach Q, Coach Hill, you can go on and on, but those are my two for sure.
Richie, what do you got?
Well, it's kind of funny how it turned out. He's actually now my stepdad, so it's funny. But his name's Lou Finson, and he was my childhood coach from the time we were 8 years old till 16U when I entered Class B. That's was my last season playing under him, and he was in the military. He was a Marine, so he brought that military style to our team. And I said earlier, a laissez-faire, more approachable coach. He combined all these in one. He was approachable, he was strict, and he had that military attitude, we're going to go out and we're going to win. We weren't the best team. We never had the best team. We weren't talented, but we found ways to win because we played as a team. And that's what he wanted us to do, and that's what he incorporated in his coaching style. And another thing that everybody loved about Coach Lou was he was real personable with everybody. He could sit down and have a conversation with you. We all went out after games and ate dinner because this is for travel ball. This isn't rec league. So we were always traveling on the road, staying in hotels. He would have fun with us, hang out with us, and because of that, I think that's how our team really bonded.
So when you're looking at that, and we'll go back to the split screen here as I'm trying to knock the ring rust off here, boys. You said thing about approachable being that's a big thing for you. Is that what's the number one aspect for you when you're looking for coaches that really made a difference? Is that at the top of your list?
I think so, yeah. Because, I played under coaches that I just didn't feel comfortable going up and talking with. And because of that, I just didn't feel the same out on the field. I didn't feel myself. And I think that's the most important thing. You got to feel yourself out there, because if you're not going to play well.
Absolutely.
So for me, not being able to go and talk to some of my coaches and say, hey, like, I don't like this, I don't like that, or I like this and I like that, just makes a huge world of a difference. And I think that came into play with Class B a little bit because there's 20 kids on the roster. And it's harder to talk to the coach because, sometimes down there they have their favorites and, they favor those kids, and you kind of feel left out a little bit, and you feel like you can't go and talk to your coach. And therefore, you just didn't have the same, like, killer mentality out on the field. You didn't feel like you were a team. You felt like you were playing player to player.
Yeah.
What do you, if there's one thing that you think players are looking for right now in coaches? I mean, I guess you're probably the closest to what a player is now because you're the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
From the,
I'm 20.
So from 14 to
Damn,
18, yeah, you are officially the old guy. Welcome to the club.
I can't even walk. I played softball on Saturday.
shut up.
Tuesday.
You don't know what it's like not to be able to walk.
Would you be quiet?
Quinn's always
I don't eat shit
complaining.
on a football field either.
If there's one quality you think kids are looking for now, and we'll have all you guys chime in. Quinn, you're a coach, so you probably see it firsthand. What is it that kids are looking for that say, this coach is a leader, I believe in him, I want to play for him, whether it's my best sport or a sport that I just want to be involved in and play with my friends? What are they looking for in that coach?
I think it's just somebody who wants to have fun. Honestly, somebody that's funny, somebody that's going to make you feel comfortable. And the coaches now that are real strict and make you feel a little bit uptight out there, I just don't think are the best coaches. Somebody that is laissez-faire, have a conversation with you.
You're loving that, by the way, right now
I love
today. Laissez-faire.
Love it. It's a great word.
Turning into
Great
you're
vocab.
turning
Hot
up-
soul drops.
Yeah,
Name drop.
we're gonna have the French hour with Richie Joliano.
Yeah, but somebody that just will make you feel comfortable and have a good time out there, I think is what kids are looking for now.
A little name drop here, and I want to, Coach Gates, thanks for tuning in. I had no idea, but he's saying, Coach Gates on our Facebook page saying, so proud of the person Tristan has become. And I think anybody that knows Tristan and knows what he's been through adversity couldn't agree with him more. I mean, you've turned into a great young man, serving our country, sitting in and educating the students and leading by example. When you talk about great leaders, you're on that list. So I mean, thanks to Coach Gates for
Had a lot of leaders before me. I shall carry it on.
You've got some good leaders in your family.
Absolutely.
And starting with your mama,
Oh,
because she is one of the best coaches and best leaders that has kind of gone under the radar. So
Yep.
I think we owe a little bit of a tip of the cap to her as well. Quinn, when you're coaching these kids, AAU,
AAU's got to be hard, man. I did that. That's got to be hard.
do girls and guys look at leadership different?
I think they do.
What do girls look for?
They look for that person that they can trust and believe in. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, but it's different with guys than it is girls. Because with girls, you got to balance more than just basketball. Like, you can't tell a girl just like, you'll figure it out. Like, you can't do it. So they look at it a little differently.
Why can't you tell a girl that? And I'm just asking out of curiosity. Is it
Just,
like,
there's more like that emotional side to a girl than there is
how do
to
they
a
take
guy.
it? Have you ever said it?
That's exactly what it is. I mean, yeah, I've said it to my sister.
You'll figure it out?
But that's my sister.
That's my favorite line. I'll figure it out.
Like, yeah, you'll figure it out. Like, I don't, like, it's kind of like an I don't really care about your problem kind
But
of thing.
how does a boy react to that?
They laugh and they're like, yeah, I don't need you anyway. So it's like, all right, cool.
So there's more of a,
You got to build that emotional trust with
So it
girls.
comes back to what he
than you
said
do
about being
guys.
personable almost,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
is it fair to say it's a culture thing? Like,
You want to build a culture.
yeah.
As a coach, you want to build that culture in your program.
and what culture are kids wanting right now? Parents, kids, what's the hot culture?
That's hard.
That's tough.
hard.
I mean, winning solves everything. That's
It
just
does,
how
but if you're not winning, that's when
That's when you
the
need the
culture needs to be there.
So where does culture fit in? Is culture more of a 14 to 16 thing, and then from 16 to 18 you turn about winning? Like you want to win
I
with
think
your
you start
friends?
to turn it in 8th grade. I think you start turning
yeah.
the wheel a little bit. I really do.
I mean, culture is one of those things that'll trickle down, though. Like, if you build that culture with a varsity team, it's going to it's going to fall down to the JVs and so on and so forth, down to if you have a freshman team or if not. And
So like expectations.
it'll just
goes
kind of go
along with
down.
that,
Yeah.
that's-
So for your team, what's your culture?
We're in for AAU or Lisbon.
Either, both.
All right, for AAU, it's a winning culture, because the girls see this, like, the individual success that they had. It's a little different in AAU because you get to, like, kind of hand pick who you have and who you don't have. So we kind of have a team that has the success of winning in their regular season in high school, and a lot of individual accomplishments and stuff like that. So it kind of meshes all together to where now the girls are kind of seeing that we could be good. It's just that we have to come together and win. Obviously, you got to get a win first and kind of just build it off of that.
So is it safe to say that winning is secondary to personality? Like, would you rather have? I guess from an AAU standpoint, are you able to recruit based on wins and losses, or do you have to sell these are the girls that we have on our squad? They're a fun group of girls to play with, and winning is just a bonus, or is it the other way around?
I think you want to sell your brand. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna cut it.
yeah, that's a little brand.
So they just like wearing Lakers jerseys.
Not that.
Well, who doesn't
Dick.
like wearing Laker jerseys?
I said sell the brand, and he jumps to.
Yeah, I'll join you there.
I got Lakers
But-
shorts.
No, I mean it's one of those things, like in AAU we're able to sell both, kind of. Like we sell wins because we have the talent. Like we got girls from this area that play each other in high school all the time, so they see who's good and they know who's good. So we can kind of sell it like, hey, we have this girl who's 1,000-point scorer and went 20-0 last year in the season or whatever. Kind of can pull that in and then be like, and she's a good teammate. So you kind of sell both.
I like that.
For me, I mean, when I played travel ball, I guess played Scene Park, and then I played 1 year at Mill Creek with my friends. We had 4 guys from East Palestine that faced with 4 guys from Louisville, 4 guys from Mooney, 4 guys from Ursuline, and we kind of came together, and it became kind of a, the hell was that?
We don't got no money in here.
We carry no cash. We carry no cash. Is it one of those? For me, it was one of those situations where I had my homeboys, I had my guys that always had my back since I was basically just out of diapers at 3-4 years old, and then you're kind of christened a little bit to a new world of there's better people, more people that have your same interests,
Yeah.
And have your interests at heart, and then you kind of to mold together, and you create your own culture. And I think sometimes the culture of a team is led by the team and the players, and the coaches kind of go for the ride. Would you guys agree with that? Like
Yeah,
sometimes it's
absolutely.
the team leading.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I mean, as a coach, you still
You want to instill your own values.
you have to.
Yes,
And
instill your
when
values.
when we were talking about culture, I would much rather have a culture, and I'm going to go back to South Range because Yeagley does a great job. I don't want to be that team like I win once every 5 years. I want my culture expectations. I want to be a winning program for years and years to come. I can remember when I was a senior, I think South Range was under 500. But that's once. I'd rather have a losing season once in every 5 years than have a winning season once in every 5, and creating that culture.
Well, naturally.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's what I meant by
So
culture.
just so we get it, you'd rather win 4 times out of 5 than lose 4 times out of 5.
Absolutely.
Okay, just making sure we're on the
Absolutely.
same page. I
Absolutely.
hope, as a coach, I hope that's
Yeah,
your answer.
I'm talking about creating culture. What the hell do you want me to say?
I'm just making sure that
Give
I
me
got you
popsicles
straight.
in a losing season, I'll win next year.
Yeah, we're going to the Dairy Mill.
That's kind of the thing. The best coaches probably adapt to the team anyway.
Yeah.
They adapt to that culture that the team makes, and you put in your values
You have
through
to,
them
yeah, and
that
you have
way.
to have good coaches around you as well. Like, and I'm going to go back to being personal because you never know what's going on in a household.
Yep.
You really don't.
Yeah.
A kid comes, there's so much baggage, and you can't just ask them to check it at the door.
No.
You can't.
That's life.
Yeah.
That's
and if
life.
a kid can't come up to you and say, hey, I had a rough day at school, or I had a rough day at home,
And
and then he comes out and he goes half-assed, and then you rip into him again, and it's like,
Exactly. At a young age, it's so hard. It's hard for us to compartmentalize things,
Oh, yeah,
compartmentalize our
absolutely.
life. How do we ask a 14, 15-year-old kid to do it when they're just learning basic life skills. You know what I mean? We're lucky that they can get Pop-Tarts out of a toaster sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, let alone trying to compartmentalize what they're going through at home. And you know, if they have a warm bed to sleep in, a roof over their head, and something in their stomach.
And sometimes it's an escape, man, to get out there.
And that's what it is.
And you can't make it any worse or any better. You know, you can make it better, and you can make it worse, but you don't want to.
Listen, I'm at the front of the line for sports in every aspect, but when it all comes down to it, it's an escape.
Absolutely.
Right? It's an escape. It's one that we enjoy very, very much, but it's an escape. It is not life. It's a livelihood. We cover it. We get paid to do it. We're very, very fortunate and very blessed to be able to do it. But it's sports.
Yep.
We've learned over the last 3 months, if we learned nothing, that who we are as individuals and how much we miss sports. But sports is not life.
No.
Like, life goes on without the basketball being dribbled, the baseball being, hit, you name it. Life goes on, and it becomes about personal values. Now, you can take what you learn, and I hope everybody out there is somewhat doing this already, but you take what you learn in sports and you apply it to life. Like, here, full disclosure, I did my running last night, right? So, yeah, I actually trained for a 40-yard dash. But now I go back to my regular running around the park, and it just hit me. Like, with everything going on in the world, so much negativity, everybody pointing a finger at everybody else. But reality is, we have to make a choice every day to get out of bed, to brush our teeth, to comb whatever hair we have on our head.
Yep.
Some of us have more than others, but reality is life's just one big domino, right? And people don't realize that you can pick up that domino after it's fallen and start pushing it the other way. So if something doesn't go your way,
that domino, that Navy SEAL gave that speech. He said it all starts with making your bed.
All starts with making your bed. And that's
and
one
then it's
thing.
a domino effect from there. If you don't make your bed, then you're not gonna do something little like maybe grab breakfast.
Yep.
If you don't grab breakfast, then
It affects you.
yeah.
When I was 26, I was told a great deal of advice that I would love to pass on to not only you guys, but pass on to anybody listening. Start your day with a task that's complete. If it's making your bed, great. If it's brushing your teeth, whatever you got to do.
You better brush your teeth.
Yeah, you better brush your teeth. I don't think that's not necessarily a task anymore, but it's one of those things where
That is necessary. I don't care about the bed right now. Brush them damn teeth.
but start your day. And they said start your day with a task. I changed it to start your day with a win, because winning's contagious. If you're going to start your day by making your bed and checking that off your list, that's a victory, right? There's people that don't make their bed their entire life.
And it's gross.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, right? like when you're little, it doesn't bother you. Like, I'll be honest. When I was a kid, whenever I lived with my parents, I never made my bed. But as soon as I got married, that bed was made every single day, every single time we got up. The last person out of bed makes it. And that's how it goes. First person makes the coffee, second person makes the bed.
How many throw pillows you got on there?
3. Wow. 4 when we get crazy. And I hate them all.
Uh-oh, I'm busting out the 4th.
Yep. But yeah, like my thing is people, something as small as making your bed is a victory. And people don't take that for victories anymore. And I might be reaching. I might be grasping for straws here. But guess what? It makes me feel better every day when I go, I won.
Absolutely.
I won that day. I started with a win, and you're damn right I'm going to end with one.
Yeah.
So, and that's the competitor, and that's leadership, right? We all want to win as much as we can, but we sit there and would I rather play, video games for 2 hours and just kind of drone out some nights? Yeah, absolutely. But I was up till 5 in the morning making sure that, number one, we were good to go today, but we were also doing things at YSN. Like, leaders lead in the dark too. It's not always about what you do in the spotlight. It's about what you do when the lights are off.
What's that saying? Champions are made when no one's watching. There
That's
you go.
exactly right. We're going to take a break. We'll get back and we'll talk about the best damn sports drink we've all ever had. We'll give our opinions. We want to hear from you as well. We've been all us so far. 330-886-0813. Lots of chatter on Facebook right now. We want to hear you on the phone. 330-886-0813. We'll be back right after this on the Power Hour.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Today in the showers, I'm keeping my eye on in parts of Columbiana County.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
And welcome back to a Tuesday edition of YSN. And this is the Power Hour. DJ Oakley with you across the table. Tristan, Richie, and Q. And guys, sports drinks. Let's get to it. I mean, this is something... I'm only putting it out there because we had kind of a stolen valor, so to speak. I took a photo from Gatorade, and I put it on YSN, and I said, if you can only have 3, which one would you have, and which one would you let go?
Is it on there right now?
Yeah. Go find it.
It's on Twitter.
It is. It's been kind of crazy. Like, it's probably the most diverse poll we've ever done. And it's not really a poll. It's just kind of like listed. And I'm going to be a little bit, I don't even know how to put this, politically incorrect. And I don't have a favorite Gatorade. And this is really weird and really superstitious. It depends on what color jersey I'm wearing, what uniform I'm wearing.
I never even thought about that.
I have to wear, naturally, if you haven't figured out by now, my favorite colors are red, white, and blue. Just natural, right? It's America. It's YSN. It's everything that I love.
You just painted his car.
Patriots, like the
Red, white, and blue.
East Palestine Patriots. Oh, my house is red, white, and blue. Blue, white, and red. But, and that's by complete
His
accident.
Apple Watch band is red and
blue. Red and blue. So I will tell you this. The softball team was red, white, and blue. So naturally, when I played softball games, I would get 3 Gatorades, 2 for the game, 1 for each game, and then 1 for the ride home, and it'd be red, white, and blue. So I don't have necessarily a favorite flavor of Gatorade. I just go with, like, if I'm playing for East Palestine, I'm getting orange, and I'm getting glacier cherry. You know what I mean? It's orange and white. They don't make brown because that would be gross.
Disgusting.
But I also have learned that it's not always the sports drinks that's out there, like Gatorade, Powerade. Is all sports still out there?
Quinn, you look like the type of guy who drinks lime Gatorade.
Cucumber melon or cucumber lime?
No, I don't know who that is, but they said you look like the type who drinks lime Gatorade.
I think that's one of Trey's.
That's Trey! Trey's dripping on you from out in the lobby.
It's bold strategy coming from the back room.
Bold move, Cotton.
Do you want me to pull Trey in here so you can have words with him?
No, keep him away from me.
What do you drink, bum?
Where's Trey at? Get Trey in here.
Demetrius.
So, lime
Gatorade's not bad, though.
I like lime Gatorade. I like cucumber Gatorade is where it's at.
I don't know if I can go there.
Oh, dude, it's so refreshing. It's like
It's
a drink.
I don't like
I like cucumbers in my water.
Yeah,
But that's about
water's
it.
pretty
I don't think I could have a Gatorade.
Dude, I'm
cucumber
telling you,
flavor.
it's one that like you can drink on the golf course and chill. Oh, here comes Trey. All right, the mouth of South Youngstown is here, and Trey, look at you dropping dimes on Facebook. What's the whole lime thing?
I just want to mess with Quinn a little bit. He looks like the guy to drink lime Gatorade above.
good.
Blue.
Lime Gatorade's good.
No, it's
So-
not.
Which is lime Gatorade? Is it the green one?
It's the green one, like the
lemon lime
lemon lime Gatorade. Yeah.
See, the green one to me now is sour apple, right? That's the new one.
I've known lime.
I've never had lime Gatorade.
I
I've
don't
had
think I
lemon
have
lime.
The lemon lime one, that green one.
It's a gross.
Lemon lime's yellow.
Yeah, it's a yellowish
It's yellowish
color.
green.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's green
You
at
can
all.
beat me all day in basketball, but if you don't know the color of lemon lime Gatorade,
It's like yellowish.
It's yellowish green.
You
Yellowish
failed.
green.
It's yellowish green.
It's not close to green.
No, I don't think it's green.
It ain't
It's
close
not
to
yellow.
yellow.
It's yellow.
What do you mean it's not close to yellow?
It's as close to yellow as it green.
Lemon lime Gatorade?
No.
Is it yellow?
Yes.
Straight yellow.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's yellow.
Oh.
You would be the guy to like it though, above.
Let's sound off on the message boards. If you think that lemon lime Gatorade is yellow, type in yellow. If you think it's green and you believe it, get the hell off of our chat because you're. I mean, that's colorblind. Like, you're not being serious. This is a.
It's not
It's a
yellow.
shtick.
It's yellow.
That's yellow. That little bottle is yellow.
All right, I'm pulling up a
That's
picture of
yellow.
this. Hold on.
This is yellow. It is not that color.
That is the color of.
That is not the
That's
color.
pretty much the color.
That is
No,
the color.
It's not.
You're holding up a Lysol. Show it to the camera.
We sanitize here at YSN.
Yeah, we
do.
have to.
We keep very clean.
We sanitize.
Let me.
That ain't yellow.
It's yellow.
That's
Quinn.
not yellow.
That's pretty much
That's
yellow.
not yellow.
That's yellow.
What color?
That's yellow green. Lemon
Show
lime.
the camera.
That's a combination of yellow
You
and
can't
green.
even see it. It's.
You can't.
Yeah.
Here, hold that up to there.
It don't matter.
I'll try and get it closer here.
Let me see.
Can you see it there?
No, it's just a white screen.
Nevertheless,
Dang. Well,
All right. Well,
Quinn's off the
I
hook.
enjoy it. I like it. It don't matter. I like it.
What color is your gate or your Mountain Dew?
It's a shade of green.
It's green.
it's green.
It's a
It's
shade
green.
of green.
See, like, look at that. Look at the difference.
Hold it up next to the yellow thing. It ain't yellow.
What do you mean? Look,
That's not
that's
yellow.
green. This
But
is
that's
yellow.
not yellow. That's yellow. That's not yellow.
You're.
dude, that's
This is a shtick.
that's
You're just
yellow.
pulling our chain
Yellow.
right now,
It's
right?
not yellow.
Yeah, this is like
It's
we're gonna
not a true yellow.
we're gonna
It's
go
a
to break
shade
and you're
of
gonna be
yellow.
like, oh, I got you.
It's a shade of yellow.
That's yellow,
It's
man.
it is a yellow.
It
It's
is
a yellow, but it's not yellow.
What do you mean it's a yellow?
It's a shade of yellow.
There's yellow and then there isn't yellow.
Just like this is a shade of green. This has two colors of green on it.
You are a shade of
Right
idiot.
there. Is this the same color as that green?
No.
It's a shade of green.
But what color is it's
a
green?
shade of green.
We don't. Okay, when somebody asks you what color gate or what color Mountain Dew is, you say it's a shade of green.
No, I say it's antifreeze.
oh my god.
Nevertheless, I like lemon lime Gatorade, so it don't matter. That and orange. And
See?
orange, white, and lemon lime.
Orange. What? Now, what color white? I'm guessing Glacier Cherry.
Glacier cherry one. Yeah.
Okay.
You picked 2 out of 3 of the worst flavors, though. out of the
Watch
whole
your
bunch.
mouth.
No, not Glacier Freeze.
This
You
is
picked
why you
white.
don't belong.
No.
Go back to the back.
you chose lime and orange over.
Yellow's the best. Period. Because it's the original Gatorade. It's the OG.
I
Literally.
like Cool Blue.
I'm with
cool
you.
Blue is the best.
Grape's
You thought it was
underrated
what-
too.
Grape.
Grape's good.
Grape is underrated. Yeah, yeah.
Dimetap ruined me for grape everything. So like, I always think that I'm getting fed like some kind of drug when I'm drinking grape anything. Doesn't do
I'm
it
a
for me.
fan.
So am I.
I'm a fan.
But I'm not saying I
am
don't
too.
drink it. Like if there's Gatorade, I'm drinking it.
All right, here's
Yeah,
the thing though.
yeah.
Any Gatorade flavor, how about those skinny bottles, the 24-ounce bottles with like the
twisty
orange cap?
Yep.
Twisty
Yep.
cap.
The
Anything
suck-
with
the
that
suck
cap
cap.
tastes
How
good.
fast do you drink those?
Fast.
Dude, those don't.
They're gone
Those
quick.
don't
They're
stand
different,
a
man.
chance. It's
gone.
almost because you're squeezing it.
Oh
and
yeah,
you're- I mean,
it's a difference maker.
how fast? This might be our next thing, Quinn. Is who can drink a Capri Sun faster?
Yes.
Capri Sun stand no chance. No
Just
chance.
squeeze the box and
Yep.
it's gone.
Yep. It's like shotgunning a beer. I mean, it's here, and then before you're even done with it, you're. It's crazy. Like we gotta have some Capri Sun shotgunning contests.
Right here, get the camera.
Let's
out.
get it, and then we'll all get our insulin. 'Cause we're gonna need it. Okay, so sports drinks.
Yeah.
Now I've been doing a little bit of research because I'm trying to figure out because I've heard for the longest time that pickle juice is the best way to stay hydrated. and the research is starting to show this more true. And also, as Tristan, I think he's going to get lunch. But also,
Bring me back some lunch.
this will be second lunch for you?
No, I just had a bag of
Third.
Third lunch.
Shut up.
So, would you be like, if you're burning up here in a dugout or on the basketball court, would you reach for a slug of pickle juice?
I've done it. I've done it in a game.
It's good.
I've tried it.
It's good for cramp.
It's absolutely putrid, but I mean.
Now, is it hot?
Does it work?
Like, is it like?
You keep it in a cooler. Like I've kept
So
it
it's
in a cooler.
cold?
Yeah, yeah. You don't drink.
Does it work though?
I mean,
It's good for cramps.
Like if you can get past the taste, it makes
I
you
like
feel
pickles.
better.
I've
but,
never
like,
tried just
So I
straight
gotta take
pickle
a
juice.
shot glass.
I don't even like pickles.
I can't
so
stand
don't
it,
know if
but I
like
mean,
pickle
it
juice.
works. So I'm not against it. It's just
Is
tastes
it
bad.
just dill pickles, or can it be like bread and butter? Because bread and butter is sweet.
I mean, I did the dill. I mean,
I don't even like
just out of the
dill
jar.
pickle seeds.
It doesn't matter because that's just a flavor.
You don't like dill pickle seeds?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I do
dude,
not.
have you tried
I
dill
do not.
pickle chips?
I don't
They
think
taste
so.
like salt and vinegar. Is what they taste.
I might have to
but
try
they,
that.
I mean,
Might have to
it's
try
got
that.
the taste of pickle after it's
Yeah.
all said and done. But it's got that like salt and vinegary. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
I really think I'm gonna do it and just see how it goes. Like if it's once and it works, I'll keep it going. I don't mind the taste of like a dill pickle, but I think it'd be weird the first time that like your mouth's expecting like Gatorade or water
Yeah.
and you get pickle juice.
Yeah, it's different.
And I've also mustard also helps with cramps, right?
I've never done that. I don't know.
Mustard.
Never done
I could
that.
get behind that. I
You like mustard?
Oh yeah, I'm a big mustard guy.
Not a mustard. So what do they do? They just feed you mustard, like a spoonful of mustard.
Put it on your hand and go.
Oh, I can do that.
That's all you gotta do.
Here's
What
the
about
other thing.
ballpark mustard.
The other thing I think what we're gonna try. One of these days, I'll go get some smelling salts, and we'll have a smelling
I've
salt
done
challenge.
That.
Oh,
I've done
God.
that. It hits you hard.
Yeah.
It's awful. I actually hated it. I felt worse after I
In
did
what
it,
in what
honestly.
situation did you have smelling
Honestly-
salts?
Honestly, I just tried it one time, just like
Richie's
randomly.
just sitting in his basement. Just smelling
There's
was a
worse
long
things that
night.
Richie could be trying in his basement. There's worse things that Richie can be experimenting with in his basement other than smelling salts. But I mean, I'm sure you've seen it on YouTube or on the viral Facebook stuff. Not lately, but like I've done smelling salts one time in a gym, and they said it like psychs you up. Dude, I was so distracted.
Yeah, I felt horrible.
I've seen like UFC fighters do it, like in between rounds, because
Yeah, it's
their nose is all busted up to get the
It works. I'll tell you
oxygen.
that.
I felt like I sneezed 800
Yeah,
times.
you immediately feel it though.
Yeah,
like,
you're
as
like,
soon as you,
your
it's
eyes
just
are
like-
watered.
Yeah, it's bad.
But it doesn't trigger me. Like
no.
the only thing I want to do is punch the person who held the smelling salt in front of my face. Like that's all I want to do. Back to the sports drinks though. Like, is there something outrageous? Like, remember when All Sport was around? That was like, it was almost like a pop.
These two are too young for
I don't know.
us.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even remember what that is.
I don't remember
Oh,
what that
dude.
is.
Too young. I remember All Sport.
All Sport was where it was
All
at.
Sport.
That was they gave Gatorade a run for their money, and I think somebody bought them out
It was
and
like
just
hyped up
crushed them.
Gatorade.
Yeah, it was like if you mixed a Gatorade flavor with
Pure caffeine.
and what's the bubbles? What's that called? The carbonation.
Yeah.
It was legit.
Really?
It wasn't bad though. It was pretty good.
It was a guarantee that if you had 12 kids on your little league team, you were all going to be running around like you were on smelling salts. It was insanity.
What happened? They
Yeah.
just went out of business.
I'm pretty sure it was illegal.
Yeah,
It probably
they
wasn't.
rebranded or something.
They did, but it's never the same. Just like Gatorade's not the same flavor. They keep changing up the Gatorade flavors. They keep dumbing
formula?
It, yeah, they're dumbing it down. Like
Yeah.
the best Gatorade now, and I stand by this, is the powdered stuff you make yourself because you can make it as
Put it in
strong or as
water.
late as you want. Oh, it's sugar is all it is.
Yeah.
But they sell the electrolytes. Tell me how you fit electrolytes in sugar.
What about those little gummies? Do they still sell those? Those
Gatorade
Gatorade
gummies?
gummies?
Yeah, they still
Gatorade
sell them.
gummies.
Yeah, the protein
I think I've
bars,
only
too.
had them one time. They're
Hey,
disgusting.
I've had them once and they were awful.
Yeah.
He's like,
terrible.
yeah,
I guess I was waiting for I wanted them to taste more like gummy bears.
Yeah, they're just bad. I mean,
And they were not. They were absolutely not gummy bears.
They came in like a sleeve.
What do
and I
you
just remember
He got a Capri
popping
Sun.
That's awesome.
that's what you could do right there.
That's
Look at this
Little
guy.
challenge.
a few of those.
All right.
What flavor did you
That's
get? Did you
awesome.
get a good flavor?
Impromptu.
over here.
Punch that in bad.
Here's how many you got? You got enough for everybody? All right. Do not drink it yet. Impromptu challenge.
I can't wait to clip
Can I
this
get
and put
another
this
one
on
so I
the
can drink
YouTube
this
channel
one?
later. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, which ones you got? Strawberry
Are they
cake?
warm?
One of
I got
those?
fruit punch.
Give me a strawberry kiwi. I hate.
Yeah, I'll take one. It doesn't matter what
Here,
you
you want a
want.
fruit punch, Rich?
All right, thanks.
Take
What'd you
the-
do?
I already touched the straw. No, I touched the straw. Yeah, give me one of those. I touched the straw, so just take the straw.
How about my mom chiming in on Facebook right now? Pickle juice is great for muscle cramps, and smelling salts is just ammonia. So,
So you're huffing ammonia. That's great.
Thank you.
do you like the smell of gas, like gasoline?
Yeah.
Love it.
I do.
Absolutely love it.
I like this when it's sitting. Not like,
when it's sitting.
not like when you're
What'd you
pumping. That kind of smell.
All right, we putting the
'Cause
straw in
gas
here.
can-
Straws in. All right. So
This
here,
has gotten way out of control today.
this is the way the power hour is supposed to be. All right, so we got all 5 of us. Let's get Capri Suns.
Can we get
I'm
sponsored?
I'm gonna
Courtesy-
toast this real quick.
You want toast? Make sure you get to a microphone.
All right.
There you go.
This is a YSN toast, original.
We chugging?
There's
We're
paint-
chugging.
There after I got toast.
Don't squeeze.
There's paint chips, poker chips, and potato chips. The best kind of chips, French chips.
Hey,
Who's
to
counting
French
down?
chips.
Who's counting down?
All right, well, I'll give a countdown. All right, so here we go, and don't cheat. Don't cheat.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
Trey.
No, I'm not going in yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
No, don't be your Youngstown cheater.
Oh.
Wait,
Yeah, we gotta hit off the table and go.
I'll count down because
We gotta go off,
like I'm on
off
mic
and go.
again.
Now here's the rules. Here's the rules. We're gonna check the packets, and if there's juice left in your packet, you're DQ'd.
well, there's always gonna be juice left.
No, well, not
Yeah, there's
like
gotta be.
significant.
DJ's a vacuum over there with
All
this
right.
thing.
So we got our first on-air challenge here on the Power Hour, the Capri Sun Chug. Ready? Off the table. 1, 2, 3, go.
I'm not as good as I
I'll
once
take
was.
that.
But I'm as once good
I'll
as
take
I
that.
ever
That was
was.
impressive.
Right there.
I started
Once.
watching him do it. That was impressive. He like
Richie downed it.
that was
take
impressive.
So what?
We'll have to play it back to see.
Richie,
the
yeah, we gotta play it
always
back.
freaking-
Oh,
Second.
Richie killed me. I looked over. He was done 3 seconds before I
always
even got
second.
close.
This is
I'm out.
bullshit.
What?
I'm always second. This is bullshit.
You weren't even second.
I finished before you.
That's impressive.
Yes, I did.
We'll run back
Run
to
it back.
Run back.
Run it back.
Trey will run the tape back.
commercial, we'll run it back.
Richie was impressive. He just kind of sat here and was like one of these things.
Richie
It
was
gone.
that was a
Yeah,
tactic.
get a strategy.
Here's why. I used to eat popsicles all day, every day, and it's the
That
same
is true.
strategy. You go down and
true.
up. I ate 100 popsicles in one day. I'm not even kidding. It's a record I just set by myself.
100
I ate
popsicles?
100
Oh, yeah.
popsicles in one day.
What did you get
Those
for
little
that?
freezer pop
Other than
things.
diabetes.
Yeah, nothing. I mean,
Just sucked them down.
my mom just yelled at me, but
Oh, I bet.
because I didn't eat anything
Yeah,
all day.
I can see that.
Literally, I literally ate 100 popsicles. It was roasting hot outside, but I
Maybe-
used to love those things.
Maybe we need to put Richie in the 10,000 calorie
Put him
challenge.
in there. I don't want to be in this
Oh
anymore.
gosh,
Could you do it?
maybe.
All right, you're in. I'm out.
No, shut up. So we have
I need a diet.
the 10,000 calorie challenge coming up with the MLO Bros, who are proud sponsors of
Trey.
YSN.
Spilling things everywhere.
Trey spilled.
Yeah.
What did he spill?
Yeah,
Juice box.
I got a little juice box.
We've had worse. We've had worse.
Churlish, and it's burning.
The fact that there's people actually watching us chugging Capri Suns like we're 7 is my favorite thing in the world. Again, we want to thank our proud sponsors. There you see them at the bottom left-hand corner of our screen. Couldn't do it without you. If you'd like to become a sponsor of anything on YSN, including the Power Hour, Running Point, or our live broadcast, just go on to ysnlive.com, click on the advertising button, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Another proud sponsor joining yesterday. We're excited to announce that here in the short coming, but now's the time, folks. I'm telling you what, with sports coming back, we are all eyes on us, and we're proud of it. So, the Capri Sun champion.
I'm impressed.
Would you take a Capri Sun to your sporting event, like as nourishment?
Soccer, man. When we were younger, halftime.
Yeah, soccer. I used to play
Orange
soccer.
slices,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I get behind the orange slice. That's one of my favorite things. Like when in the office when Michael steals the orange slices.
Yeah.
See, like the thing about Capri Suns, you need more than one. I mean, that's just a
Oh, yeah,
fact. I need at least 3 of
that
those
was
to get me
tease.
going.
That was a tease.
Yeah,
Where
that
did you
was
get
nothing.
Capri Suns?
That's why I said, who wants to
Family
race
Dollar?
me in the 40? Because did you see how quick that was?
That was unbelievable. I thought you went to Subway.
No, I ran right over there.
You went to Family Dollar and got
Yep.
a pack
I'm
of Capri
impressed. You
Suns.
know exactly where those were too in that
I
Family
didn't.
Dollar.
I didn't.
'Cause
I
I
just-
roll in
I
there. I don't
just-
have a clue where anything's at. And I've been
I know
there
my
so many times.
surroundings. No, zero clue. I just saw him as soon as I walked in.
Adaptability. Adaptability. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this on the Power Hour. Give us a call on the YSN hotline, 330-886-0813. Back after this.
Baird Brothers remains your source for fine hardwood products. For the time being, we're open for customer pickup only on weekdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Saturday from 9 a.m. till noon. Place your order online at BairdBrothers.com. Baird Brothers, for the place you love.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
The 4M Company, being an architect and construction manager for over 40 years, has had the opportunity to use many different electrical businesses for our projects. The depth, quality, and knowledge and attention to detail displayed by Dickey Electric makes them stand out above all the rest.
For state-of-the-art expertise and a timeless commitment to our customers, contact Joe Dickey Electric. We are everything electrical.
Friday night, in a stretch limousine. I'm feeling pretty good about myself, like I'm living the dream. Platform shoes, strut down the street. It's gonna get hot in here, I hope you can handle the heat.
Over the years, you watched us grow, and as we've grown, so has the Myers Family Insurance team.
Thanks to all of you who have trusted our families to help you with your Medicare needs.
Myers Family Insurance looks forward to helping you now for years to come. So call our family today and remind them how cute we are.
Myers Family Insurance continues to be the area's resource for all your Medicare and retirement needs. Call today, 330-286-3044.
And we're back here on, I almost said Running Point. We're back here on the Power Hour, DJ, with you on this side of the table.
You do look a little bit like Ron today.
You shut your dirty mouth.
You do look a little bit like Ron. I was wondering.
The hell are you laughing at, Gilligan?
I was like, where's your Lee Tone your shirt today?
That's messed up. That's messed up. You're fired.
Boom roasted myself.
Boom roasted. So we got through the best sports drink. We never came to a conclusion. I mean, Tristan, what was yours? Like, what was your go-to?
Ooh, lemon lime. Just the yellow.
See that, Trey?
Oh, just the what?
Lemon lime.
Isn't it the yellow one?
It don't look yellow to me.
It says lemon lime, but
You just confirmed it.
it's yellow.
Stamped.
It doesn't look yellow.
Boom roasted.
You
How
got
is
4
that?
out of the 5 people in this building
Pour,
that say it's yellow.
pour it in a cup, man. It's yellow for
Yeah,
sure.
it's yellow.
It doesn't look yellow to me.
What does it look like?
Yellowish green.
It's yellow or it's green.
What color's Mountain Dew then?
Green.
That's green.
The actual thing. I don't want to spill any because I like it too much.
We need to check you for
Next
color.
topic. Let's go.
No.
We're done with this.
You don't
I'm done
host
with
the
getting
show.
Colored.
You want to host the show? Come on over here. That's what I thought. Again, we're still on this. Is lemon lime Gatorade yellow or green?
It's yellow.
4 out of 5
Yellow,
experts
right?
say yellow.
Experts.
Gatorade Zero is where it's at, though. I'm good with that. Anything.
4 experts and 1 jackwagon. Let's put it that way. Jackwagon thinks it's yellowish green. It's not. There's no green in it. There's none.
Oh my god.
You almost said there's
What
no
color's
yellow
a
in
lime?
it. Huh?
What color's a lime?
Lime is green by itself.
It's a lemon lime drink. It's a mixture of both.
It's not.
There's
That's
a shade of green.
That's a taste,
Shade of
jackwagon.
green. There's a shade of green.
There's no shade of green in it.
Yes, there is.
None whatsoever. None.
You might
now,
have to go
now
back
if
to
you're
that Family Dollar.
if you're
I almost grabbed some.
if you're arguing the
There's a shade.
if you're arguing like the vest, like safety green, it took me the longest time to actually see the green shade in it. But it's because when
Safety green. What's that?
oh, he's gonna say yellow in this. So when you have safety, like people wearing vests,
Like that
yellowish,
neon yellowish color.
That's called safety green. That's the
I
official
wouldn't
color.
say it's safety green. green.
I
It's
knew-
yellowish green.
I knew-
It is a
You gotta
yellowish
argue
green.
everything.
It is a yellowish green.
What color's the sky, Quinn?
Oh, it's a reflection, technically.
You're an ass.
He's not wrong on that.
I know he's not wrong.
I'm taking weather right now, and I just learned that. So
Just
I know-
learned that?
Yeah.
That the sky's a reflection of
Yes, I actually.
the water?
Yeah.
Which still kind of weird because we're nowhere near water right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why isn't it a reflection of East Palestine?
Well, I don't. That's a good question.
I guess I'm gonna have to study a little more.
I'm gonna have to reach in my bag for that one.
Get back to us on that. We're nowhere near astronauts, scientists, or anything like that. So you're gonna hear some weird stuff on this show, like the fact that lemon lime Gatorade is a shade of green, which is completely false.
So you could see the green in that neon reflectiveness, but you can't see it in the Gatorade.
So
really,
I asked why it's called safety green, and it's called safety green because essentially when it is folded or like wrinkled kind of deal, you can see the green, but it's neon yellow to the naked eye. Like if it's laid flat, it looks yellow, but if it's, I don't know.
There you go. Gatorade is safety green. There you go. I miss Anthony.
You need to go back to idiot now.
Yeah, you idiot.
Idiot. Idiot.
Loser, nerd.
It's tech that has changed the face of sports. So there's a lot to pick from. I mean, you go all the way back to the radar gun.
We're just not branding anymore. No more brands.
Oh, shoot. I jumped over that. Sports brands of choice. Thank you.
You need me to be the host today?
Yeah, come on over. Colorblind idiot.
Gross.
Boom roasted.
Boom roasted.
Favorite sports brands you wear, you represent. Now I'm a walking billboard. We've got to deal with obviously Nightline, who does Adidas. I find Adidas extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
Their sizes are whack, but their stuff is comfortable as all get out. Under Armour typically will run the size. Nike, your guess is as good as ours.
Yep, you got to try it on.
Yeah. Reebok, which I found out still a thing. Didn't know that.
Just got that shirt the other day.
Yeah, it's still a thing, and they're doing all kinds. You know what I'm really impressed with? Champion.
I know. Where was Champion at when I was getting roasted on the playground in second grade because my mom couldn't get me Nike, and now I come and it's more than Nike. Where were you at then? When I was getting rocks thrown at me because I was wearing a $2 shirt. Like where the hell? Well, come on now. What the hell?
You got rocks thrown at you because you were a champion?
I exaggerate a little bit,
stretch.
but like everyone's out here rocking this new stuff, and you know my mom, God bless her heart, she's got 6 kids, and I'm out here wearing Champion. It's like I got it from a quarter down at Vittle Village.
I bet you that champion shirt those still together. Unlike those
probably
Nike
is.
things.
All I can envision right now is Tristan on the playground at Crestview, and some kid in a Nike shirt with a handful of rocks just goes, "Get him! It's a champion!"
It was like the Forrest Gump scene. I go get on the bus. I'm wearing Champion. Seats taken. Seats taken. Even the bus driver's like, "Get the hell off the bus." Where the hell am I supposed to sit? I don't know. Get a sled tied to the back.
I thought you were going to say the scene in Forrest Gump where he runs out of his driveway. That was going to be running away from the kids with the rocks. The bus driver kicks you off and we're in Champion.
Yeah. He's like, "Man, sorry, you gotta get the hell out of here."
Oh my goodness! What's the starter? Starter's back. I saw a starter jacket for like $150.
It's that '90s throwback stuff.
It all comes full circle, and like with the clothing, it went tight clothes, loose clothes, tight clothes, loose clothes.
You know what I don't want to see come back?
Shorty shorts.
You guys, no, those can come back. Not for guys.
Not for guys.
I'd rock short shorts.
Please don't.
I will.
We've seen all of your business on Rough and Rowdy.
Yes.
What they call you, tight shorts?
Tight shorts. My name was supposed to be Karate Kid. Turned into
Dave Portnoy called you tight shorts.
It was tight shorts or mini Lance Armstrong. I'll take either.
If you want to see, listen, hey, I know we haven't pushed this. If you want to see Tristan fight, it's Rough and Rowdy 5 on YouTube. It's now free on the Barstool Sports channel.
The fight wasn't the best, but no one's ever going to top my interview. I can tell you that.
It was funny.
So what, the
I don't think I've
sixth
ever
one
seen
on
it.
there
I
or
don't think I've
something?
ever seen you fight either.
Well, just Yeah,
It wasn't much of a
I got
fight.
rocked.
Tristan got some good
He did.
haymakers.
He did. That's what, third round I think it was.
Third
He
round.
landed one late
Second
in the second.
round, yeah, second round, you popped that guy pretty good. Thing was, they were not interested in your fight at all.
No, they just
Zero.
wanted to talk. And here's my thing. This is why I'm a good talker. I just got my butt kicked for 3 rounds, smacking my head all around. And the first thing I say when I get out of the ring, he's like, "What do you want to do? You gotta market your brand."
Yeah.
I'm a shit talker. I said I should have watched Rocky, and I'm actually the dude who lost the fight. Is what I told him. I was like, I lost it. I got my butt kicked.
Well, you threw the guy off. It was Caleb who interviewed you, and he said, "I'm here with the cowboy," and you straight up just didn't go with it at all. You're like, "I'm not the cowboy. I lost." And you threw him off his game because then he didn't know what to ask you because he was going to ask you the question about a cowboy, and you completely threw him into left field.
Caleb, I saved you with that. You can thank me later.
All you got to do is watch his face because we as broadcasters and interviewers, when you catch us off guard, all you got to do is watch the face. There's a reason that we're ISO'd on the other guy because if you throw us off, we're
Yeah, you're frozen.
Yeah, you don't know what to do because you can't think that quick. That dude straight up thought you were a cowboy. He thought you won the match, got you mixed up. Now you guys did have similar body types, but you had the New Balance shoes on and the bike shorts.
Yeah, and then that stuff was tight. They put around like, yeah.
What did they put around you?
Your nut cup.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's so tight, so tight.
What made you wear the undershorts, the Michael Jordan undershorts?
You know what? I honestly don't know. I thought more people were gonna do it, and then I realized it's not MMA. People wear shorts when they box, but it was too late. It was too late. I got there and I got in the ring and it was too late.
What, like going back on it, what would you change from your clothing selection to your strategy?
I probably would have trained. I literally did nothing. Zero.
I know. Same.
I ran. I just
you
ran.
played softball. In all fairness,
I just ran.
Which you do on a regular basis
Yeah.
anyway.
And my brother just told me to try to run away. And if you ever fight in Rough and Rowdy, those rings are smaller than you can't run away. You can reach out and touch them. Don't do that. I should just punch them.
You did punch him several times,
Yeah.
but they weren't interested. Even the
Nah.
referee was kind of like disinterested, and
Nah.
the scorers were. For my money, I think you won that fight. I'm gonna put it out there. I believe in my guy, and he won.
At least I didn't fall down. The only thing I do remember is I get in there, and I'm like, there can't be a lot of people here. It's going to be on a Sunday night. People got to go to work tomorrow.
Place packed.
I get in the ring, and I'm looking up. I'm the first one in there. I'm like, oh. I was like, please don't get knocked out.
Yeah.
But.
So.
And I got to meet everyone on Barstool.
When it happens again, you're representing YSN.
I will.
And you're gonna fight.
I'm gonna shout out to the Prez, see if he can.
And we're gonna have multiple people fighting on behalf of YSN.
Oh, heck yeah.
No.
Yep, you're going in.
How about this?
With a hat.
Hey, how about this? We'll do this. Because there's always someone that, and listen, I'll probably lose, guys, but be there to support me. There's always someone that calls out someone from Barstool. I'll represent YSN. I'll call someone out.
Do you know who you want to call out?
I'll find somebody. Someone that you got to be.
Just go for the
You know,
general. Just
I'll
go
even
out the
range it.
president.
I weigh about one.
Tommy Smokes.
I weigh about 149 now. I'll go 165 down to that. That's your window.
Just take on Pat McAfee.
That's your window.
He's not a Barstool.
That's true.
Tommy
So,
Smokes.
You find someone.
Or Marty Mush.
Or Caleb. I saved this interview.
No, you don't want him. He
That's a
played.
big boy.
He played at what, North Carolina?
Something like that.
Yeah, I didn't say I was going to win. I said I'm just going to show up.
We try to set you up for success.
Try to win.
We want you to win.
Okay, well then find
I don't
somebody.
want you to die.
I ain't going to die. Because if it gets real bad, I'm jumping the hell out. I am faster. Find somebody, and we'll figure it out.
You want to see Tristan just bail over the top rope into the chair like you're Mick Foley going off the cage in WWE.
And this time I'll show up to the weigh-ins and I'll just wear just all spandex then. Shirt, pants, hat.
I say we mess with the head and you just go in loincloth like Mowgli over here.
Yeah.
No shoes.
I'll just walk in naked and be like, what? I want to make weight. They're like, you gave us a window at 20 pounds. What do you mean? I was like, I want to make weight.
I'm here to do my job. All right, back to tech. I don't know how we got so far.
So is that your brand then, the bike shorts? Will that be your favorite brand for this little
It's-
off-topic segment?
It depends. I literally wear it any brand, but go ahead.
I mean, what's your brand of choice though? Like
I'm a big Nike guy because I like their shoes, but I'm a big shoe guy. Adidas shoes are comfortable, a little bit bigger.
Cloud Foam is where it's at.
You got to go like a half size down. They're a little bit bigger. I just started getting into New Balance shoes too, but clothing wise, I really don't care. But if I had to pick a brand in general, I'd probably go Nike or Adidas.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm all Nike.
All Nike
shoes.
Now,
Nike pants,
would you wear a
shirt.
Nike top and then like an Under Armour bottom?
My mom doesn't allow that.
See, that doesn't bother me. I used to be about it, but I'm
She
like,
doesn't.
who cares?
She doesn't allow it?
When I was a kid, I wear like a Nike shirt or Under Armour pants. She'd say, "Get upstairs."
You get grounded?
I just wasn't
Bus
allowed
driver
to do
said,
it.
"Get the hell off the bus."
Wasn't allowed to do it.
Mama Jules says,
Yeah.
"Seats taken." That's
She's like,
your mom said
not
at the dinner
happening.
table. "Seats taken."
Yeah, pretty much.
We don't brand jumble here.
And then we move along the table to the guy who will not wear Adidas shoes to save his life.
Never wear Adidas shoes.
Which is why I'm trying so hard to get an Adidas deal.
Dude, Adidas shoes are awesome.
And make him wear Adidas shoes.
They're awesome.
I'll buy Nikes and tape an Adidas logo on them or something.
There was a kid in middle school that had bought like the I don't know what they were, Asics or whatever the off-brand was you could buy at Kmart. And the slick dude put a electrical tape Nike swoosh on
man.
it. So,
Innovator.
So he didn't have rocks thrown at him on the playground.
Yeah. Mom.
The only problem is when it rained and we were outside for gym class, the swoosh fell off. And at that point, it's just abort, right? Because you got an all hands off deck. Like, get out of here because you tried to pull one over on everybody and everybody's gonna get you. Like, I feel bad being part of the mob there, but we got him. Like, we roasted that dude like a marshmallow.
When you're young, sometimes it just.
But now I look at it.
That's the thing, though.
Innovator for sure.
Saved $100 on a pair of shoes by just slapping a Nike swoosh on.
Yeah.
And we were that dumb that, like, it wasn't even close. Like, it wasn't pretty. It was, I think it was backwards. I really do.
Well, now they make them like that. The Travis Scott ones, they got the backwards.
Yeah.
They all do. Because now you want the fat part of the swoosh facing kind of like the American flag when you're a soldier. It's always moving forward. But that dude, you look back, like, as a 35-year-old, man, I'd like to go back to 12-year-old me and be like, give this kid some credit.
Absolutely.
That's legit street. Because think about, like, the night before. Like, I just have this picture in my head like it's The Simpsons, and he's cutting out, like, electrical tape. Like, I got, I'm going to pull one over on these guys. Like, the shoe was absolutely terrible. I think
he was probably, like, super excited, too. He's like, no, I got Nikes.
Yeah, and like, now he's a police officer, and, like, if I ever get pulled over, he's probably going to arrest me and be like, who's laughing now, Nike boy?
Yeah, he's going to hand you the shoes and be like, there you go.
Yeah, you hang on to these. And while you're at it, zap.
I got some real ones now.
So what is it? What's the hang up with Adidas for you?
Just don't like them. They don't look good to me, and I don't think they're comfortable, personally.
Adidas don't look good? You ever see the classic Stan Smiths?
For what I wear, they don't do it for me.
Says the guy that ran barefoot on the football field. For what you wear.
Wouldn't have worn Adidas. I can tell you that much. I just wouldn't do it.
Well, we're going to lose our Adidas contract. Thanks a lot, Quinn.
I'll wear everything else. I just won't wear Adidas shoes.
Adidas shoes is where you draw the line.
I'll come in barefoot.
What about Reebok shoes?
No. Nike. That's it.
That's it?
That's it. I was forced to wear Under Armour when I worked at YSN.
Why just Nike?
It's comfortable. It fits my fat foot, and I like them better. They
That's
look better to me.
reverse to what because Adidas is bigger, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit me right. I don't know. It's just not comfortable to me.
Nike's narrow, isn't it? Or am I?
Listen, I'm going to be real with you. If Skechers rolls up here and says, hey, we got a deal for you, I'm wearing Skechers. Like,
one of my buddies who runs like 100 miles a week wears Skechers, and he swears by them.
Does he have the wheels on the bottom? Remember those?
The wheelies.
The Heelys.
Heelys or something?
The Heelys?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to come whipping in Heelys on Thursday.
My
Just
wife,
mind your business.
Now listen, this is where it gets dangerous. Is I've tried at least 35 times to get Velcro shoes at Walmart, like $8 pair Velcro shoes.
Go mowing them or something, yeah.
I'm just trying to wear them. I'm just trying because leadership is influence.
I would rock them. I'm not even kidding.
Why wouldn't they're at this point? It's all about comfort. It's all about I don't tie my shoes. I know 1,000 people. They just slip their shoe on over their foot. I haven't tied my shoe in probably 6 years.
Wow.
I mean, that's just how it goes.
I don't tie them. Like mine are tied, but they're loose to where I could just slide in.
The only time I tie my shoes is if I'm playing sports. If I'm running, like if I go to run tonight, I just slide right into my Asics and I'm gone.
Really?
But if I'm playing,
Wait, are they like tied still, like, or remotely at all? Those yellow ones, right?
I've got like 70 pair. Like I got a blue pair on right now that I was supposed to be for my new pair of running shoes. I still rock my reds.
I got tied to run though. I tried it before.
What?
Now, do you have
your shoes
tied,
where you
but
say
you
you don't
slide
tie
in?
Even the run, you don't tie them?
No, I just run.
See, I have to tie 'em.
I tie my shoes everywhere I go.
Do you
Doesn't
really?
matter. I can't tuck them in. They're tied.
Do you
in.
double knot?
Yeah. I have to. It's just I'm comfortable.
People
that
like
way.
you, Richie.
I just have to.
You're that.
See, I can't do that. I cannot do that.
That looks comfortable.
I do that a lot, yeah.
I don't know
looks
why.
comfortable.
I just have to tie my
Mom,
shoes.
these are your shoes. These
You wearing your mom's shoes?
Yeah, we wear the same size.
Those are not, I like those shoes.
Yeah,
though.
those are
I would
nice.
steal
Those
those
men's
shoes.
shoes or women's shoes?
They're women's, size 10, because it's a different, size different.
They don't even look like women's
So you're
shoes.
what, an 8.5 men?
8.5.
You got some small feet.
I know.
Little
We're always the
baby
last
feet.
one there too, and they're cheap because no one they end up getting sold out. They
Do you
can't
still
sell 'em.
put your foot in the baby foot thing from like when it was cement? Like, or your foot painting?
No, my hands, yes. Shoes, no. I grew up a little bit.
I want those shoes. Those look good.
Get them. I wish you had Adidas shoes because I want to hear him say that.
I
Just
would say
slip
that.
up.
I do got a pair. I'll wear them on
wouldn't say it.
Thursday.
So
They're safety green.
from all this, like, does it? Yeah. Does it matter? Like, if we had a shoe test, you could tell what's Nike, what's Adidas.
But I have an advantage. I worked in the equipment room, so like I know all the different shoes. That we had them all come in at YSU.
We're gonna have
Because
a
like
blind
tennis
test.
would be
I used to be
Adidas.
the
That might be
same
the
way.
next.
I used to
next
be
little
the
fun
same
episode.
way until I started running, and I got this pair of Adidas, and I was all Nike. Got this pair of Adidas, and fell in love with them, and now I'll only run in Adidas. So I don't
So
know.
what we're gonna do? I'm making this up as we go. Is we're gonna go when everything opens up again, which it's getting there. We're gonna go to a shoe store. We're gonna go to Dick's or wherever, and we have to get clearance obviously to tape it. But we're gonna be an on the road segment where we're gonna pull out 5 pair of shoes, and you're gonna have to tell us what's Nike, what's Adidas, what's Under Armour.
That's fine.
Now you realize that this has been done, and it never ever goes well for whoever's doing the choosing. So you're going to look like a complete buffoon whenever you pick Adidas.
Does that I'm wearing a bucket hat inside. Do you think I care about looking
Brand
like
new
a
shoes are going to be hard to
buffoon?
tell.
They will be, but you should. That's when they're at their best, right? So when
Yeah.
you're at Cloud Foam, that's when Cloud Foam's at its highest support. When you're at Nike, that's when it should be its tightest, because Nike shoes are tight shoes.
Yeah.
So the underdog, the real I should say wild card is going to be Reebok, because
I
Reebok's.
won't know Reebok.
Reebok's like
I'll be able to tell you that it's Reebok or whatever because I won't know it.
I'll be able to tell it.
JJ Watt shoes are sweet.
Well, my only problem with Reebok is they're like elongated.
Yeah.
Like the shoe ends here, but whatever is below, like
It's
the
like that
foam,
dress shoe.
it goes like this, and it this way, it like waves out, and it messes you up from being able to like stop. It's almost, you know, it reminds me of the rollerblades we used to have, and like you had the stopper, the brakes.
Yeah.
That's what Reebok shoes look like now, and that's what they feel like.
Is Reebok the one that came out with those shoes that were like sliced?
The
The
Zigs.
bottoms were
Zigs.
sliced. Not the. It wasn't Zigs. It was the other one.
Oh, no,
They were like legitimate.
Adidas came out with like a sling
little
blade shoe.
slide.
Looked like a sling blade, yeah.
Yeah. That
I
was
have
Adidas.
those.
I thought that was that was Adidas because I had those. 'Cause
I
they were
remember.
like-
I remember seeing them and I was just like,
They were
"What
like
is
this, and then they had like the thing in the middle.
No, it was like
It looks like a
literal
Yeah,
slices
it looks like you can like
in
jump.
your shoe.
Yeah, it look like
It'd be like if you
slings.
like scalp potatoes on the sides,
Scalp
standing upright
They
on the
do. They
bottom
look
of the
like
shoe.
just straight slings.
There's one. There, I mean,
Now, if you can get Nightline to send you a pair of the best Adidas ever, Ultra Boost, go ahead, put the plug on. Them
what
are-
8.5?
No, for you. You fall in love. It's like walking on clouds.
I like.
You would love
I like the
Ultra Boost,
Cloud
I'm telling
Foam. I'm a big fan. Like I've got 2 pair of Cloud Foam at home that I wear all the time, especially when I know I'm going to be standing because it's so nice. But I do like Adidas. I used to do the Nike thing, then the whole like Colin Kaepernick thing happened, and I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm out on this. Like I'm not going to be. I'm not trying to make a political stance on what I wear.
Yeah.
So
I wore Adidas once. That was it. It was those crazy light shoes for basketball because we had a team deal at Canfield with Nike with
Were those
Adidas.
The D Roses?
Yeah, the Derrick Roses, and I blew out my ankle in it. And I was like, I'm not wearing these.
all right, so I have Trey is still chiming in on Facebook out there. which I love because he's utilizing the brand. But he says blindfold Q and have him try on different shoes. So I didn't see that. So great minds think alike.
Yeah.
I think we got to do that, man. That's your next challenge.
I know what they look like. I wouldn't know about feeling them. Like putting them on, I wouldn't have a clue.
You just said you.
I could look at it. I could look at them and tell you what it is.
But you just
Well,
said
yeah,
based on the
because
look
it has
of
3 stripes. That's Adidas.
Yeah.
Well, if you cover up the logo, I could still tell you most
No,
likely
you
what
said
it
you
is.
know what they feel like because you know that Adidas is whatever and Nike
Yeah.
just fits you better.
I know what Nike feels like because I wear them. That's it.
So why don't you try Adidas?
I don't like Adidas
How do you know?
because I don't like them. I've tried them on. I don't like them.
Am I missing something?
I've tried them on. I
was the
don't
same
like
way.
it, and I don't get
the
them.
Ultra
That's
Boost
it.
changed my life. I'm telling you, they changed my. I got
I'm in
like 4
bizarro world.
I got
like
like
the
4 or
dude
5
doesn't think
I'm not
that-
gonna buy them because I don't like them. I tried it on. It doesn't
We're not going
fit,
to tell
so
you.
I'm
You
done.
don't have to buy them.
Oh, I wouldn't.
We might buy you a pair of shoes.
You ever try on a pair of Ultra Boost?
No.
Oh my
Never
gosh. you gotta-
Side note, as
And I
Wake
like
up.
the run too, so
Ultra Boosts are nice.
I might have to try it.
what are the Shocks? Shocks were such a disappointment.
I know,
Those
and
are
they were
Nikes.
so stiff.
They were garbage. Like you're supposed to be, everybody does the jump faster, run faster, jump higher, all that stuff. Shocks were just molded plastic.
I know.
They were.
Aren't they coming back with us? Didn't
Yeah,
they like
they're
redesign
actually
them or something?
they're making a comeback. Just the classic ones.
Yeah, but like Nike redesigned
Nike Shocks
or
claim to
something,
fame
didn't
is
they?
when A-Rod wore 'em.
Yeah, and I think we got a picture on the poster. But my biggest thing is, it took me the longest time to figure out they were just molded plastic. There was no actual shock going on.
And they hurt.
Yeah.
I used to work at Champs, and I would stand up all day in Shocks, and I'm like, these are terrible.
They look sweet though.
Yeah.
They look like you were going to the moon.
Yeah, but they hurt.
You might have an edge too then, picking out shoes. Looking at champs.
I
we might have to have a little
I'm a shoe fiend. I am.
He is
competition here.
He's a shoe fiend.
I go
He
for
is-
comfort now, but I still love my shoes.
Yeah.
He talks about me and my cleats. Like I am obsessed with cleats, but he can go tit for tat with anybody with shoes.
We played like 100 games of softball just in the summer, and Yoakley showed up with a different pair of cleats every game. I don't think he repeated all summer.
I have 5 pair of cleats. That's it.
No, he's
That's it.
lying. He's lying.
I got 5 pair of cleats. I know it.
What kind are they? Nike.
I started out with Under Armour because they were cheap as can be. Because I wasn't sure if I was buying into softball.
He's lying.
Yeah.
$20. Hey, I got them on sale. Had my wife paint them, like with nail polish, to match the color of her uniform. So they were black and gold. Then we got a little bit serious into softball, and I got
We got the dopest jerseys this side of Mississippi, though.
I got some custom made shoes, Nikes, with the boot. Didn't like it. Like couldn't try it out if you're gonna get custom. Didn't like it at all. Like had the boot feel to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for
Does
me.
it go higher up on your ankle?
Yeah, and I don't have long legs, so it's
That's
like
like that Kobe 10 or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
like
like those
hugging.
weird ones.
But-
I never liked those.
But
I
it's-
tried those on. I was
It's
like,
weird that you have to tie them on top of it, and it doesn't go all the way up the boot.
Yeah.
So like when you go to turn, there's no ankle support. Like it's literally like.
Ooh, Bailey just did a boom
Piece
roasted
of
to you.
paper.
Uh-oh.
Quinn's answers. I just don't like it. John Cullen or Chris Huxold. Justin Sweeney.
Yeah.
I don't care. Play me in basketball.
I don't care, DJ. Play
They
me
apply.
basketball.
It all applies.
Boom roasted from Eric Bailey.
Boom roasted. The trivia champ
Yep.
is here.
Hasn't missed one.
But yeah, like I didn't. Siri, I hate Siri. I had that pair, and I was like, I gotta get. We spent it was like $125 for these cleats, and I was like,
especially if
I
they're
hate 'em.
customized too.
Yeah, I hated it. You can't send them back.
Yeah.
So then I got a pair of New Balance that I have to this day.
I love New Balance
New Balances
cleats.
are
That's
awesome.
what I
Unreal.
wore when I played in
But
high school.
we're also limited because in men's softball and in basically any league outside of baseball, it has to be molded.
Yeah.
Plastic. That type of plastic.
Yeah, but like, so I had to find, and then that's $150 for New Balance.
Yeah.
So like, I got Colossians 323 printed. Like, if I'm getting it custom, like I am maximizing every dollar. Like it's gonna be a billboard. So it had my number on the back. It had Colossians 323. Had the Y31 on the front. Awesome. Camo had every rendition of our jersey was covered.
They were sweet.
So we also had 7 jerseys.
But he's lying.
Holy.
He's lying about his cleats. So he'd roll up with his bag, and then he'd have the bucket of balls. Then he'd have another pull bag, and that was his cleats. And he'd flip it open. He's like, "Which ones do I want to wear today?"
That's legit. But
Wow.
I'd keep 3 cleats in my bag
Yeah.
because, as you know, when you're playing, it's on different surfaces. So the one cleats or the one field was very sandy. Like it was like you're playing on a beach. So you want the cleats that have a little bit longer. So I use the Nikes.
Yeah.
And then you have one that was like a rock. You want the
brick
shorter
field.
cleats.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what happened Saturday. on
That's
the brick
legit.
field.
Could you use metal cleats?
No.
No.
I was gonna say metal cleats are the move.
But
if it's like rock solid.
But I mess with
Dig
people's
right into the
heads
ground.
Soccer cleats.
because the cleats that I got on the bottom were gold. So they look like metal cleats.
Okay, yeah.
So every time I go to slide in, they'd be like, "Stop! You can't wear metal cleats." And I'd say, "Come on over and feel them. They're all mold." But now that they got cut up, the gold paint has been rushed off. And now everybody, the joke's on me. So, we're about to get to another break. The 2 o'clock hour is upon us, boys. This one brought to you by G. Burley Farms. It just tastes better. Proud sponsor of What's Your Beef. Coming up at the end of the show, we want to hear your beef. Give us a call, 330-886-0813. Back after this on the Power Hour.
They say American craftsmanship is making a comeback. Of course, at Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, it never went away.
People are floored by Baird Brothers' authentic hardwood floors. They stare at our stairs and adore our doors. Baird Brothers reflects 3 generations of family craftsmanship. Visit our huge in-stock selection in person or at BairdBrothers.com.
Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Myers Family Insurance knows the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is here, so it's all hands on deck to make sure your plan still meets your needs for 2020.
Call us today.
And welcome back to Power Hour. DJ Oakley with you. And, of course, on the other side of the table, it is Tristan Reynolds, Richie Juliano, and Quinn is somewhere. I don't know. He just disappears every now and again. I'm going to guess he's in the bathroom. I mean, it's right there. So
He's going to get his Adidas shoes.
Yeah, he's going to get his Adidas shoes. We talked him into it. Guys, there's been a lot of technology, and obviously I've been jumping to get to it. There's been a lot of technology that's changed the face of sports over the last year.
Yeah.
But talk about some of the best technology that's come about that's changed the face or changed the entire complexity of what a game we love. Baseball, football, basketball, you name it. I mean, you look at the shot clock, how that's changed basketball. You had a great article about the shot clock and should it be part of high school basketball. You got people on both sides of the fence on that one. A great article as part of our vlog series. The radar gun. You know, pitchers now get popped by a radar gun, and if you don't throw a certain mile per hour, it doesn't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The launch angle, there's an app now that you can track your launch angle for hitting. Football, it's you want to talk about technology that's changed the game. Football is leading the way. So, what's the one that you can think of and point a finger at and be like, this changed the game? Not for the better, for the worse, it doesn't matter. It just changed the game in some capacity.
I would say, I don't know if you've been looking at like Trevor Bauer and what he's been doing and his drive line technology that he has. He's got literally everything you just mentioned in one. He's got about, 25 cameras all around the mound as well as where the plate is. It measures speed and radar gun. It measures video. It measures like drop angle. It measures like pitch angle, everything. Everything you want from a pitcher's perspective, it measures. And that will completely change the game here in the next 3 years after every single player in the MLB is going to be doing this because Bauer and a select few are like in it right now are the big time components. But once it starts expanding throughout the MLB, pitchers are going to be so much better. Their stuff is going to be so much better, and it's just going to change the way pitchers go out and perform.
So you think it's going to help the game?
Oh, yeah. Well, it'll help pitchers. I mean, they're doing things with hitters, too, with technology, obviously. But pitchers are going to be so much better in a few years, I think.
Technology's for hitting it. I mean, that's hard, though, right?
Well, it is.
But they have, like...
The only thing right now, I mean, they have that thing where you can put on, and so you don't cast and all that stuff. But other than that, like, is that technology, though?
I mean...
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's anything's technology, and when people think of technology, they think like Matrix. They think like technology is anything.
It'd be like a new invention that they make.
That's where it's at. I mean, what did we have when we were younger? We got to hit a tire swing. Like that was how you get stronger.
Yeah.
Like go hit that tire swing.
Well,
then they came out with like the Derek Jeter balls
and stuff. You can break it down.
Yeah.
Go back. Okay. Yeah.
Are you talking about the little bumpy balls?
Little bumpy balls. Yeah.
Those were awesome.
Those are tough.
Those were real awesome. Like I remember having those and hitting those.
Yeah.
Those were.
And then what's the thing like
12-year-olds don't have a chance by the way.
Yeah. Like what's the one thing where like the coach holds out like the stick and
ball
you hit
on the stick.
Oh, the hit stick.
Oh yeah.
Hit stick.
I just swallowed
that was
my
a
own
big
words.
thing.
I was wrong.
What?
With the hitting. Now that I think about it.
Well, hitting. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, was it hit tracks or whatever they have now that you can go into dicks and you can see you can test out bats and you can see legitimately how far you're gonna hit it.
Yeah.
Like technology in any sport has completely turned a corner, and the problem is we have the elder generation that says you don't need all that. You just go in the back and hit the tire swing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a time and a place for that. That builds your arm muscles. It builds your follow through and stuff like that. But when you've got guys the size of Trey in the major leagues hitting 470 foot
bombs.
No offense to Trey, but they know their launch angle like they know their social security number.
Yeah.
Yep.
They know what they have to do, how hard they have to swing
Yeah.
in order to get the ball out of the yard, and that's where the success comes in.
Yeah.
So the pitchers need to be doing this, like Trevor Bauer, is giving themselves a competitive advantage. But the only way they can do it nowadays is through technology.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Remember the days where they didn't even tape themselves? Like the only tape they ever saw was like run back days later from what game was played.
And at
like,
that point, you weren't caring.
or they don't care. Yeah, it's insane. Let's what do we got here? I think in general you just go with the technology of the camera, says Eric Bailey, and I think that's legit.
And you're starting to see more and more like camera like development. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. The one thing that we're trying to do right now is get hooked in with this this company that you don't need a camera operator. It follows people up and down the floor. Like
That'd
we
be
had
nice.
somebody do. Oh, wait.
That would be so nice.
I can't wait for that.
Wait, repeat that.
So imagine a basketball game. Okay, so the camera does all the work. You just plug into it from a broadcasting perspective, and it shoots down on the floor and it follows the AI.
No one's just touching it. Just
Nobody's
the camera.
touching it. It's zooming in and out on its own. So if you're down on the left side of the floor, like if you're looking down, it will zoom in, right? Whenever all the players are standing around on a half court offense. Then when the ball transitions, the camera pulls out and pans to the other side, following the basketball and all the players through AI. And then whenever they come down, it zooms back in. There's also a second camera. This is what blows my mind. There's a second camera on it that shoots a scoreboard and updates the scoreboard and the time at the same exact time.
See, that's impressive because I've tried to film, and you get caught watching.
Oh yeah.
So you're gonna miss stuff, and even as like a broadcaster, I mean, you're
it's so
trying
tough.
to
It's so
film or whatever and talk, and
look
you get
down at
caught
your
up.
notes, right?
And talk coherently.
Yeah.
Right? Because what people don't understand is they see here, everything we do is through one program. It's through a software that we use. And if you're at a basketball or you're watching a basketball game on YSN, typically it's one guy.
Yeah.
And they're doing the camera, they're doing the scoreboard, they're doing the announcing, they're doing the commercials. It's a one-man band is what we call it. It's very tough.
It is tough.
If we can get these cameras incorporated, and have guys like Richie be able to that is the technology that changes YSN.
Oh, yeah.
Because then we can actually just focus on the game.
Yeah, I can't tell you the amount of times, and I apologize to the viewers, that the ball's over here on this side of the court, and I'm talking, I'm into the game, and I look up at the screen, the camera's over here. There's not. I'm like, shoot.
Happens to us all.
And I'm like, oh, my bad.
It happens to us.
It's tough.
Because
tough.
you're getting into it.
Yeah.
And it's always the worst moments.
Exactly.
Because you're trying to
You're so into the game. Yeah.
And then you look
I would mess that up.
And then you look over and you're like your heart drops.
Yeah, you're like, no.
Why? Why wouldn't DJs just spend the extra money on a cameraman?
No, that's tough.
It is.
I mean, it's doable though. It's not that hard. I mean, we do it and
it's
function
hard.
pretty well.
It's hard.
It's hard, but you get used to it, right?
Yeah,
like your first game or two, you're like, oh man, I really gotta pay attention to the camera.
Then you figure it out.
But then you're like, all right.
Now,
you
is
can talk
baseball
and
harder? I mean, it's relatively easy.
Baseball's easy.
You just set the camera up one
See,
side.
basketball, man,
Basketball's tough.
I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
In football, you can't use a camera.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Wink, wink.
So, yeah,
but
basketball.
But like volleyball, we can set up in a corner, and we've tried to get the basketball where we can just set up in a corner.
Yeah,
Problem is you got the one side that you can barely see,
Yeah.
And the other side you can see really well.
Like I know Poland, when they tried to do it in the corner, like it was really hard to see the opposite end.
It is. But yeah, I mean, technology is our specialty. We're a sports company first, but a technology company probably 1A. Quinn, I mean, you're living this right now. We talk about the recruitment side of things, how technology's made things way easier for recruitment. What are some of the aspects and components that you use on a daily basis?
Well, there's multiple ways. Like, there's two ways that technology can influence the game. There's obviously the technology side where it's cameras and all sorts of stuff like that for helping recruiting and film and all sorts of stuff. But then there's that mechanical side, I guess you can say, that it's going to help your team get better too. The gun, but that stems back even further. That comes from the jugs machine. I mean, the mechanical parts of it.
If you had to put a value on the one tool for basketball that if everything was taken away, you got to keep one, what would it be?
Personally, it'd be the gun. I would keep the gun.
Why? What does the gun do for everybody?
Well, it depends on, at least the way I look at it is it depends on the system that you want to build. I mean, if you want to build a running gun team and shoot the ball a ton, the gun's going to be the best tool.
Bill Stanton.
Exactly. The gun's going to be the best tool, or Dr. Dish, whichever route you want to take. It's the machine's the same. It allows you to get up a ton of shots very quickly. So if you want to build that kind of team, that's the one I would take. Now, if you want to build a half-court team and slow down and not do a whole lot of shooting, then you're not going to take the gun. It's just
basketball-wise, that's a good point. Basketball-wise, for me, I'm gonna probably piggyback off of Bailey, and I'm just gonna say camera because
I don't like Bailey.
Defensively, when it comes to basketball, I just love the defensive part of it, and showing them that they're not moving defensively is huge because you always think you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're taking the gun.
Well,
you're taking the
other
camera.
thing.
I'm taking the camera because you can break more stuff down.
Does that count? Like, is that counting in the question that you asked me? Like, just scouting and all that stuff.
If you have one thing.
No, for your players though.
Yeah. If you have one piece of technology that if everything else is stripped, you get to keep one. It doesn't matter what. I don't care if it's $1 billion.
Yeah.
You get to keep that. What is it?
Yeah, it's still the gun.
The gun, and you're taking the camera.
Taking the camera.
I'm gonna side with him. I'd take the camera. Sometimes the gun messes me up a little bit when I'm shooting, like that big net in front. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I just don't like it. I just don't like it in front of me.
Your buddies can rebound for you.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer.
I don't have friends.
I'm a firm believer.
Sometimes I make bad
That's the
habits
first
shooting on the gun.
true thing you said all day.
I'm a firm believer in sports. If it ain't
Would
broke,
three
why
of you
fix
come
it?
rebound for me?
And I feel like the gun, it does teach you to do that. You know,
I've been doing it my whole life.
Not the way you talk to me today.
Touche.
I'll score on you. That's about it.
Yeah, whatever.
So the camera here and the gun there.
Yeah.
I mean,
because the camera's all fine and dandy, but then you get into the thing. You got.
But you're
two
showing
other
the kids.
coaches.
You're showing
You
the
got
kids.
two other coaches.
You're
They
like,
can watch
listen,
that.
you're not doing it. You
Yeah.
think you're doing it, but look, you're not doing it.
Physical proof is what they need.
camera. I gotta
It
go.
doesn't
with you
always
guys
work.
with the
Trust me,
camera.
it doesn't always work.
No, I think Bailey hit the nail on the head with the camera because the eye in the sky don't lie. You know what I mean? Because the coaches can see it, recruiters can see it, the kids can see it. So
Use that. Coach Gage just texted me. He uses something, and He's a very good shooter. I think it's called, I'm going to pronounce it UberSense or something. I don't know.
I've heard of it.
It's an app, and it can break down your shot, and you can slow-mo it. You can go to split screen with Steph Curry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you can break it down.
Yeah, I definitely
like that.
take the camera.
Put my broke jumper next to Steph Curry. Good Lord.
So
you'll still take the gun though.
I would still take the gun. We use the gun a lot at Lisbon. It's just
the gun
one
is
of the
awesome.
things we do.
The gun
It's
is
one of the things
awesome.
we do.
I never liked the gun. Yeah.
See, I loved it. I loved it.
See, they got shooter-friendly
man.
rims.
I don't feel like
Do
running
they?
and
Yeah,
pick up the
shooter
ball and
friendly.
come back.
I know they got a beautiful floor. I
It's
got to see it
awesome.
for graduation. It
Floor
was
is
awesome.
Beautiful floor.
The rims are nice.
Great
Well
rims.
taken care
Love
of.
the rims.
Not better than Cressy's rims, though.
Cressy's rims are nice.
They are nice.
I don't know. I'd never
take
touch one.
though.
Like,
Mineral Ridge is still my favorite shooting rims.
Ridge's rims are huge. They're 2 feet wide. They're huge.
are you calling BS on Mineral Ridge's rims now?
No, I know they're real. I know they're accurate, but it feels 2 feet wide. They're so nice.
Conspiracy theorist Quinn Pushkar in the house.
The rim expert. That's his next.
Camera's got to
post.
be it. I mean, you look at it. Camera solves so many problems for so many people so quickly. Now it's just the utilization of breaking down. Now, like when you're talking about inventing something new anymore, the inventions are taken. Like you're never gonna just start something. You're gonna add on to a component of something that's already been invented, and that's. You look at the camera nowadays. Everything's video.
Yeah.
Everything is video. They can get video to you immediately. You know, for example, Trey's cutting video right now for us. That I feel like we're on Spaceballs. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
Like so, video's got to be it. From that standpoint, let's get into one of the touchy topics. And before we start this, I want to say that this doesn't mean that we disapprove of. If we disagree, it doesn't mean we disapprove of a time limit on baseball and softball. It's just a purist thing. It's needed now. It's needed, given the certain situation. Do I like it? Probably not. It takes away from the game. But also, I don't like 4-hour games, especially at, because you're blowing through pitching in one capacity or the other. And kids' arms need to be protected at all ages of youth development. So I put the question to you guys. Do you feel the 2-hour time limit now on games, or in some cases 1-hour time limit on softball, is restricting the games, or is it helping save arms and save run rules and things like that?
I like a time limit. You made a lot of good points the other day when you talked about it with even going back to like parents going to work and all that stuff. Waking up the next morning and not there till 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Time limit for sure is awesome right now in this situation. Is it going to continue? We don't know. Maybe next year, maybe not. But I'm okay with it. I compare it to this, and this is kind of weird. I said it before the show. I play slow pitch softball. We were down like 15 runs. He's like, we have 7 minutes left. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, you know what I mean. So at that point, are the kids going to give up? That's the only thing I think about. But
I think time limit only works if you put the time limit in before the inning begins.
That's what they usually do.
They used to. They're not doing it anymore.
They were just going to cut us.
Yeah, they just cut you off.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
That's wrong, I think.
Because if you're in the middle of a rally, let's say you're down 15 and you
Yeah.
got 13 runs in that inning, and they go,
You're done.
you're done.
You got to finish the inning.
That's bush league.
100%.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
bush league. But if they say, listen, we're finishing this inning, because we're up again, even if it's a 1 minute, they did that with us. But now you're seeing the rules being confined because, hey, we got to get this game in. Hey, we got to be able to sanitize the dugouts or whatever they have to do. I agree with it, but as long as they don't, like, if you start an inning, finish the inning, or if the home team, it's same as the 7th inning, right, or 9th inning, and depending on what you're doing. If the visiting team is down and it's the 5th inning, you go 1, 2, 3, that's it. Call it. That's it. The home team can let's say the average inning lasts 10 minutes, half inning lasts 10 minutes. If it's 10 minutes till, the home team can say, yeah, that's it. It's done. Umpire's discretion.
Now, when you get up, I'm not saying people are going to do this, and I'm not saying I can do it, because we've done it in softball. If you're up and there's a time limit,
You stall.
you stall.
Delay a game.
That happens all the time.
You stall.
Absolutely.
And you're
That's
gonna
the
have
nature.
you're gonna have a kid say, "Oh, I forgot my lucky batting glove.
It's more the pitcher.
So,
And you've
Yeah,
lived
you call
this.
time.
Yeah.
You call time.
You know what? Let me pause real quick.
Yeah.
We were playing like one of the #1 teams in the freaking nation. And
Is the statute of limitations up on this yet?
we were about to win.
Yeah.
And they were coming back. They had momentum. He faked like he got stung by a bee just to kill their momentum.
In the ear.
It took them like 20 to 30 minutes. And then they come back and their momentum's gone.
They had runners on second and third. We were up by 1.
This team was legit.
That's like Jason Kidd
I
telling
pulled-
somebody to run into him so he gets the timeout.
I had my helmet on for protection. I pulled my helmet off and pretended like I got stung by a bee in the ear. And I had the umpires out there. I had their other. I mean, they knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
They absolutely knew what I was doing.
You ever see Tommy Boy where like he's like,
yeah.
he's on me?
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
We
I
won.
look at my brother, I'm like, what the?
We won. And if there's any of any other team out there, I apologize. That was super unsportsmanlike. But
But you lost too
But
bad.
will people start to stall?
it's
Though?
leadership. That was leadership. That was leadership. I wanted that win. We never beat them before. Now we did.
There you go.
Courtesy of the bees. B-gate.
It's a BK. Honestly, though, like for tournaments, I just think there's a time and a place for it. Like, if it's a tournament, you got to have it. If it's like Class B, regular season, without the whole coronavirus thing, no, you play the whole game. But for a structured tournament, like on Thursday, you got to have the 2-hour time limits. I mean, there's so many games.
People pulling up.
Yeah.
You know, you hate to, because nowadays, there's teams that play in multiple tournaments at the same time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with what they call, like, I don't know if they do it anymore, which we had the Texas shootout. So it was like if the game was tied, you'd put a runner at second base. There'd be either 1 or 2 outs, and it's a full count on every batter. And it would speed up the innings so fast. It'd be like 2-minute innings. And I think that was the best way to do it. If it came down to a tie and it was past the time limit, you just go to a Texas shootout, which is always the best way to do it.
And remind me how that's different than the international rules that they came up with like runners starting on second base. Is that the same concept?
I think it's the same thing. I guess it's just a different name. Yeah. Texas
So, like, you get
It's called a Texas shootout.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Runner
to
at second, 3-2 count, either 2 outs, 0 outs, whatever. The
see
tournament
they
rule
changed
is,
it to class it up to international rules because then because like in the the World Baseball Classic, after if you go to extras, you start with a runner at second base and nobody out. So then you start the inning, you can just bunt them over, get them on, get them over, get them in, right?
Is it a 3-2 count?
No, it's
Okay, Texas shootout's a 3-2 count.
which is crazy.
On every batter, too.
That's wild.
A 3-2 count?
On every single batter that comes into play, it's a 3-2 count.
And you know what I hate
I'm
about
swinging
that?
at it.
Well, wait a minute, because remember we had to do it in softball where it was a 3-2 count, one pitch.
One pitch, yeah.
And essentially, either it's close to the plate, and if you're a pitcher, you're
Yeah.
trying not to make it a meatball, but you also don't want to make it
tough.
completely obvious that you're
Yeah.
pitching around them. It's terrible because as a hitter,
It is.
you get that pucker, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
dude, like I
Yeah.
can't let this because you don't want to strike out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm swinging. I go up there.
Honestly, there's more
I think
pressure
you're going
on
to
the
get their
pitcher.
best pitch.
There is.
There's
You're
more
going to
pressure.
get their best pitch.
Yeah.
Well, and
it's
that's
a
the thing.
fastball 90% of the time.
Unless you got some kid who's like a stud who's like, you know what, I'm gonna mess with
Yeah,
him.
unless
And that's what sucks is especially you look at baseball, you look at softball, their best pitch is the one that they're most comfortable in, which is typically a four-seamer
Yeah.
or something they can control to where it's straight.
Yeah, because if you're bending it and it's out of strike zone, it's a walk.
You're setting dead red. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
go from a 30% chance when you got fastball, curveball, slider to it's going to be probably the odds are it's a fastball. So then
Yeah.
you're probably a 75-25 chance. Then
Yeah.
you just got to locate it.
Yeah.
And it's a four-seamer, so it's going to be straight.
Yeah.
So it is advantage hitter. It really is.
100%.
So it sucks, but that's when they change the rules like that. It's exciting,
It is.
but it's
and
also
it's quick. That's the whole point of it. It's quick.
It's all about time.
Yeah.
And everybody nowadays everybody's in a hurry to be everywhere at once.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like is like baseball and softball. It's a slow game.
Yeah.
It's meant to be played out. Like you can't run the clock out on baseball. You shouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to do it because it's a naturally slow game. Because
Yeah.
pitchers can sit in the stretch for how long?
Exactly.
However long they want. So
And then the batter's always going to call time.
That's why-
Now, Q, with basketball, with AAU, you guys do a lot of tournaments. You guys do a lot of time limit stuff. I've been there and I did it before.
We don't have time limits though.
I mean,
our game is it's a timed game though.
I've been in a tournament where it's like time limits. Stubbing in and out constantly just to kill it. So I mean, it's almost the same thing.
I mean, you get the running clock quick in AAU. It's 15 points, I think.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter when. So.
And they do that in football now.
Yep.
Let me tell you, I do.
But football is like
stall the hell out of it too.
Yeah.
If I'm up 15, I'm subbing every time I can.
I did that once.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, the whole thing's interesting to me from the standpoint of how, I mean, it's exciting. It does a lot for the game from, putting these time limits and time constrictions on, or restrictions, but does it hurt the game?
We said that earlier. If you got to alter the game.
Yeah.
I think it hurts the game.
I think it hurts it a little bit. But I think if you know coming into like a tournament that it's going to be a 2-hour time limit, you prepare for that.
Well, it's great when you're ahead on the scoreboard because you control it, right? But if you're down by 3, you know that and they're going to stall it, and they're going to come out with, either have their coaches come out, their manager come out, bullpen, like.
But I mean,
there's
once
going to be
you
a
play
lot of
couple,
what ifs.
you kind of get used to it, honestly. Like when I was playing like 8-9 tournaments a year, like you kind of get used to teams doing that. So it kind of felt like it was the game.
Yeah.
And it actually adds like a fun kind of strategy to it because you can kind of feel the tension build up like at the end when you got 10 minutes left, you're down by 2, like we got to score like quick, and it's just like fun. I mean,
But where the hell was that the whole time?
Yeah,
that's what I like as a coach. I'm always like, where was this?
Yeah.
You know,
you guys waiting.
You know who the most pressure has with the time limit? I think is the umpire.
Yeah.
Because how is he gonna?
Because it's all in his hands.
Yep.
Because he has to call it. Because the problem is if that comeback starts happening, right?
Yeah.
And you're up against it, the other team's like, no, you can't call it now. You can't call it now. They took 2 timeouts. That should be paused on the clock. It's not how it works.
Yeah.
It's not how it works. And back to our original point.
Poor umpire, man.
Yeah, I mean, the umpire's got to call it at some point.
Yeah.
Like
Well, the thing is, like, they never used to have drop dead times, like where you just drop it middle of the inning, game over. Like you always had to end the inning.
Yep.
And that's why it was good because you had a rally going. You can finish the inning, tie it up, whatever. You win. I mean, there's never been a drop dead period in the past when I was playing in tournaments, but now if they do that, I think that ruins the game right there. If they do a drop dead time limit,
because
it ruins.
That's so hard.
You're right.
It would be so hard to do.
Stall tactics don't work unless there's a drop dead time.
Exactly.
Yep.
They don't work, and it's just an extension of the game. Like if
Yeah.
you're in the 5th inning, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you still have to get
Still
those
got to throw
outs.
the ball over the plate.
Yeah, you still have to get those outs. Like if it's dropped dead, if you start at 5 and you end at 7, and it's the 5th, and I know I got 3 outs left, and they're just going to the bullpen 3 times over, that's bull.
Yeah.
You know, that's bull because they're just trying to walk away and get it. I understand. It's a strategy thing.
Yeah, it is.
A win's a win's a win. You can go to the net, but sack up. You know what I mean? Like that's the easiest way. Sack up. Like
Q is alive over there.
I know he's
like
back. The Mountain Dew finally hit his bloodstream.
No, I agree with you.
It's like the only thing in this conversation that I understand.
We went to a baseball tournament. It was a JV baseball tournament out of Sandy Valley. We voted time limit or 6 innings. We instead of 7, we just chose 6 innings.
All right, yeah, that's
That's
fair.
respectful. I can do that.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. So I knew.
Like I think even at the major league level, I think all games doubleheaders should be 7 innings.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's
I know
tough.
Ron
That's tough.
hates when I say that games should be 7 innings, but think about like they're complaining about ad revenue and advertising slowing down the pace of the game. If you just lost 2 innings, you're in good shape.
Don't they do that in spring training or something? 7 innings?
I don't
Or
know.
split
I'll be honest with you. I don't
Yeah,
do
they do
Something,
splits.
something
Yeah.
7
Split
innings.
squad.
Isn't something 7 innings? in
Yeah,
spring
when they
training?
do a split squad, it's
Something like
7
that?
innings. But I don't think 7 innings hurts the game at all.
No.
I really don't. And I think it saves the arms. And I think to the point where the NFL has done so much to protect the quarterback, baseball needs to start protecting the pitchers. So if you can protect their arms and they're essentially throwing 130 less innings per year, you can extend their careers by 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So just a thought. I mean, I know the
How many
majority
dou-
of
how many
people aren't going to agree with
doubleheaders-
that.
How many doubleheaders do they play usually in MLB?
It just depends on
Honestly,
rain.
Yeah, it's not that much.
No, it's not.
So it wouldn't affect that at all a lot.
No, it what it
No.
would affect is statistics.
Yeah.
And that's what they don't like. There's so many incentives now that now's the time to do it because first off, you got Corona.
Oh yeah.
Secondly, you're shortening the season anyway. So if you're going to do all these double headers, to maximize on whatever, break them down to 7 innings and go that route.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like these guys have never played 7-inning ball game before.
Yeah.
And if there's no fans, you're not losing anything.
No.
So that's why in this pandemic, I've looked at it completely different than anybody else that I know. Is everybody's looking at what they're losing, and I'm looking at it of, okay, how do we make a change now that like, this is the opportunity. Like, now's the time to just play.
Yeah, you have nothing to lose right now.
All in,
Play.
right? Put your chips on the table, and that's right. And if
Yeah.
it doesn't work,
Yeah,
pivot.
if you're ever going to try anything in baseball, might as well do it now.
What's the
half
Ross?
the season? Like, I mean, no fans. Everybody's going to be watching it on TV, which you don't know if half the people are going to be watching it on TV anyway.
Risk it to get the
Might
biscuit.
as well, you know. See what people think.
What's the Ross Geller quote, or Ross whatever his name is?
Kellerman or whatever?
No, on Friends when they carry in the is it pivot?
Shut up.
That's at this point, all major sports and businesses, all sports should be looking at how to change themselves for the better, trying everything new, throwing everything in the kitchen sink in and saying, let's see what works and we can adjust.
Yeah.
Because you can always
You
go
have
back to
to.
the next, next year,
Yeah.
2021, when Kobe comes back in the DeLorean, everything's
hell
going to
yeah.
be good.
I saw that picture.
Wasn't that awesome?
Yes.
Like, January 1st, 2021, Kobe Bryant's going to get out of the Doc Brown DeLorean. And,
I would love that.
Like, imagine what that's going to feel like. Rest in peace, Kobe. It's not a joke about your death, but America would flourish.
Oh, my gosh.
Kobe 2020 would be unbelievable. We're going to take a quick break, our last break. I want to thank again our sponsors, fantastic sponsors, do wonderful things for us, support us in every single way through the pandemic, through the missed spring sports season. Still in our corner. We thank them so much for all they do for us, and we want you to support them as well. So make sure, especially those guys out in Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, they have done a fantastic job of supporting us since day one. I've got their hat on. Make sure you get their merch. If you're looking for a new table or anything, wood, new door, get out to Baird Brothers and take advantage of some great prices on some great products today. We'll be back with the YSN Power Hour right after this on your sports network.
Hey, my Ohio friends, it's Mike Ditka, and I know great talent and heart when I see it. I can tell you from firsthand experience, there are average real estate agents, then there are true champions. Kelly Warren is one of those champions, and you have her right there in your own backyard. Kelly outmarkets and outsells every agent in the Mahoning Valley. If Kelly can't sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, Kelly will buy it. Get your home sold. Call Kelly Warren today at 717-2689 or go online to kellysoda.com and start packing.
You can feel it. Baird Brothers' traditional craftsmanship. You can see it. Baird Brothers' timeless style. And you can afford it. And find everything at BairdBrothers.com. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is real hardwood, yet beautifully affordable. Floors, moldings, interior doors, bar rails, and stair parts. All within your means and without a care. Start at BairdBrothers.com. You have made it. Your home.
Teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
And welcome back to the Power Hour. DJ Oakley with you. On the other side of the table, it is Tristan, it is Richie, and it is Quinn. While we have a second, I want to make sure that we also thank our unbelievable partners over at 21 WFMJ, Jack Gerdick and the crew, Dana Balish, that whole sports team. They've been doing a fantastic job with No Sports. I saw a couple of them out there yesterday, 2 days ago maybe, with the protests. They're doing a great job, and we couldn't be more proud of being partnered with them. And I know Jack is very appreciative of what we do on our side. So Thanks to Channel 21 WFMJ. Make sure you tune in tonight. Get all your weather, your news, your info, and, of course, your sports right there on Channel 21 WFMJ. Proud partner of your sports network. Guys, while we were on break, Tristan, you brought up another part of technology, maybe not the best part, maybe not good for the game, but, kind of elaborate on your thoughts.
Just something that, technology-wise in sports, something like if it wasn't, the best call for it at the time. And at the time, I thought instant replay for baseball. I mean, could it help? Yeah. Does it help? Absolutely, it helps now, and I'm more of a fan as it grows. But when it first came out, I was like, I don't know if I like this. I'm not sure if this is for the game because, again, I don't like when you change. Baseball's my favorite sport.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Don't change it. Let it go. If it ain't broke, why fix it? And I wasn't sold, but now, slowly but surely, I'm getting on board.
To this day, I still don't understand how they just miss so many calls when they have a second chance to see it.
I know.
Like, it still boggles my mind where, you see it happen in slow-mo. And if your team is not going to be the beneficiary of the call, you see okay, well, we didn't get that. And then your mind starts working, okay, how do we get back in? But when they come back and they're like, nothing's changed. There wasn't, what is it? What's the word they always say?
Something evidence.
Conclusive evidence. Like, you just want to be like, what the hell are you watching? Like, what game are you watching? Because I hope it's better than this one.
Especially football with the Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how are you going to have instant replays and then see the Seahawks caught it, correct? No, they caught it, I don't remember. Whatever it was, Hail Mary. You have instant replay. And that was a terrible call.
You had the four of us ref in a NFL game. That's why.
You couldn't pay me. Literally, you could. I know they make good money.
You couldn't pay me.
There's no chance.
So technology like bad, and that would be for me.
You ever see some of the abuse that referees, officials take abuse at all levels?
Oh, yeah.
Which to me is completely ridiculous because, and people wonder why there's a shortage now.
AAU is wild.
It is.
It is wild with their refs. Oh my gosh, I've seen kids try to fight refs, and I've seen parents try to fight.
The best is when you get thrown out of an AAU game and you play the next game on the same court.
You got thrown out of an AAU game?
I have not.
I was gonna say,
I have
chill
not.
out, homeboy.
My thing is, and this is completely off of the leaderboard here that we're going on, but like when it's a Little League game or a 10U game, like leave the official alone.
Yeah.
Leave. I don't care if it's an umpire, like basketball court, baseball diamond, football. Like, relax.
Isn't that usually like the high school kid doing those games?
Yes.
It is, yeah.
And
It's
it
all
is.
the high school
Yes.
kids,
And here's the other thing. I'll tell the official the same thing. Relax.
Yep.
Like, when dad coach comes up to you and has, like, maybe he used the wrong inflection on his voice. If you got a quick trigger finger at the 10U or 14U or Little League level, get that. Go work at the Dairy Queen.
But it doesn't always start like that, because I started umpiring at 16.
Yep.
And I was always the one that, like, I hated getting yelled at or whatever. So it slowly, you get yelled at so much. I got to the point where I was like, if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. But as soon as you raise your voice, I don't have to talk to you.
Yep,
You know
that's
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
That's it. You can say, but what I'm seeing now is the complete opposite. Is there are almost like an inferiority complex with some officials, where if you come and question them on anything, whether you raise your voice or not, it's you're gone.
Yeah.
Teed up, you're out. I've heard you're out of here at a 10U game, and I got offended. I'm like, wait, he was asking where the pitch was.
Yeah.
He just said literally, where was that, Blue? That's it. You're done.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Was it his first
Take
one, though?
it easy. Second.
Because I've had coaches all game. Where'd that miss? I had to call time walk over. Like, it missed. We're done.
I get it, but umpires typically do this, right? Ball's up, you do this. You raise your hand up, out, whatever. Like, that's all they got to do.
I've seen that, though, too.
It solves the problem. Now, if a coach gets critical and gets personal, then you got beef. But if he's asking you, like, it's your job to tell him where the pitch is.
Yep.
Like, that's why he's not back there, you are. But at the same time, the coach has to watch his tonality of how. But, like, I've seen 18-year-old kids, and I give them credit for doing it, right? It's still work, and they take a lot of grief from a lot of parents are the worst.
Yep.
Like, there's coaches are bad, parents are the worst. Because
And they're relentless.
Little Jimmy never throws a ball,
Oh,
right?
yep.
He's
Relentless.
100% strikes all the time, even when it goes past the catcher. Where was that? Here's the standing rule, and I'll let you. If you're not a baseball person, I'll let you in on a little rule that I learned really quick when I started catching when I was 11 years old. If the catcher doesn't catch it, it's not a strike. Automatically.
Yeah.
Automatic, unless the umpire sees that the catcher is like the third string,
Yeah.
like in Little League, and you've got to call.
Or if it's like 10-1.
Yeah,
He's trying to speed it
you
up.
expand
He's
that.
like,
Expand
that's
the
a
zone.
strike.
But if you see the ball go to the backstop, and Karen from the stands is going to start barking out for little Jimmy, like, listen, Karen, if the catcher doesn't catch it,
It's a ball.
It's a ball.
I agree.
That's where it is.
It's always like that.
It's always been like that. But again, just because you pay $80 a pitching lesson doesn't mean your kid's going to throw 100% strikes, and you don't want him to. You want him to pepper the zone a little bit.
Yeah.
But like that's my thing is people get on these officials because they're not doing their job. They're doing their job. Are they the best? No. Are they professional? Are they going to go to the Major League Baseball? Probably not. Probably not.
No.
But at the same time, take it easy. Take a breath. Your kid's probably not going to be pitching for the Blue Jays anytime soon.
No.
Take a breath and make sure they get sprinkles on their ice cream cup.
Maybe the Pirates.
You watch your damn mouth.
Boom roasted.
Hey, the Pirates are undefeated, so that's all that matters.
That is true.
So
That is true.
Championship season, baby, 2020. Corona. I will eat Corona if it means I get to watch the Pirates raise the trophy.
You're gonna eat it?
I'll eat it.
You eat a bat? That's
Yeah.
where it came from.
Straight up.
All right, let's
That's-
go catch a
that's-
bat, Quinn.
Why me?
I don't know.
Bats are slow. Just naturally drawn to your black your black shirt and your black Gilligan hat. It's a fact. I just read it on Wikipedia that they're drawn to bucket hats.
And Wikipedia is true.
Legit.
Sure.
Worst sports movie you've ever seen? And then I've got another question at the bottom of that about something we've already talked about. But, I mean, we've talked about great sports movies. What is the absolute
stinkers?
Atrocity, like just garbage. Don't say you don't know, because that's stupid.
I haven't watched a bad one. I like all the
seen
sports
bench warmers too.
Oh yes, that
I've
is
never seen
terrible.
the
I
second
never
one.
made it through.
Absolutely horrible.
Really?
Just
because
nothing to it. There's nothing to
Because
it.
bench warmers, the first one,
the first
How
one
do
was
you
so
beat
good.
yeah, but it was so low budgeted the first one, but they made
Yeah.
it so good
Yeah.
that they said here's your same budget, and the second one was
So
complete
bad.
garbage.
It was so bad. Probably the worst sports movie I've ever seen.
Okay, so that
Have you ever
answers the
seen
question.
Angels in the End Zone?
Oh, I thought you were going to say outfield. I was coming across this
No,
damn table.
That's why, because I absolutely love Angels in the Outfield, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorite sports movies. Great plot, great characters. Second one they made, awful. Absolutely awful. Tried it with high school football, and it just didn't work. Just
I'm gonna
didn't
put
work.
this. I'm gonna put this out there, and I can't say it for sure, because I've never seen the movie. I refuse to watch Air Bud. I won't do it.
I've seen it. It's
I've
all
never
right.
seen it either.
I won't do it.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah, I
They
know.
have multiple airboats. They have like a baseball,
I get that.
basketball.
It's
football.
stupid. Like, I get it. Everybody loves dogs. Everybody loves baseball. Everybody loves basketball. Stop.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I've seen them all actually. They're all right. I mean, they're all right. You know.
so they're not the worst you've ever
I was
seen.
a fiend for sports movies back in the
No,
day.
absolutely.
Like I absolutely just love them. Any sports movie I pretty much
Sandlot
watch.
2 was a stinker.
Oh, that's
so
stunk,
was
yeah.
Major League 3.
Major League
Major
3
League 3
Was
was
bad.
was bad.
It's with-
Major League 1 and 2.
The hell's that guy's
greatest
name?
sports
Major League
films.
Back to the Minors. Yeah, that was
Bayo?
garbage.
That was awful.
Back to the
It was
Minors.
awful.
Who the hell's that guy's
Angels
name?
in the End Zone is actually ranked.
Is it?
For number 14, it's stinkers.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you, it's
What do they
terrible.
got at number
Oh,
1?
Summer Catch? That was a good one.
Summer Catch was great.
Yeah, it's number 13. I'm fighting him, man. This list. Rough and Rowdy, me and you.
I shouldn't say it was great.
Well, yeah, what's
That's
number
a
one?
little bit of a.
Ed,
What's
Ed,
that?
the monkey that played baseball.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that actually.
Oh, the
Air
last.
Bud's number 2, the baseball one.
Trey says the last Sandlot. By then, it lost its magic.
Caddyshack 2 is up there.
Caddyshack 2.
Caddyshack 2 is
I've
pretty
never
bad.
seen Caddyshack
That's
2.
pretty
Joanna
bad,
Man,
yeah.
they have Joanna Man at 5. Joanna Man was great. Joanna Man was awesome. How can you not?
I'm gonna sidestep this one. There's too much trouble.
Have you guys ever seen Joanna Man?
No,
I
I
have
haven't.
it. What's that about?
Let's not
It's a
get, let's
basketball
not get into
movie.
that.
It's a girl or a guy that wants to be
It's
a
a
girl.
guy who gets kicked out of the NBA.
Then he goes to WNBA.
And then he goes to the WNBA dressed up as a girl. And he just.
Yeah, just
I've never heard of
bad.
it.
Oh, man, they got The Ringer on there. I like The Ringer.
The Ring.
What's
Oh, that's a
that?
good movie. That's
Yeah.
not exactly sports though. I guess it.
The air up there.
delicate
What's the
top,
air up
too.
there?
Air up there.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
It's got to be a basketball movie, right?
Yeah, it is.
Probably.
Gymkata. It's a Chinese ninja movie. I don't know what that means.
Gymkata.
Gymkata.
Kata
Never heard
is
of
the.
The Babe. He's on there.
Isn't that a movie about the pig?
Oh, I
That's
saw
Babe.
that.
What's the
The
difference?
The Babe is he.
But Babe
John
Ruth,
Goodman
right?
plays Babe Ruth, and it's garbage.
That was number one.
Goodman's not bad.
No.
What was number one?
Ed.
Ed, yeah.
That was the monkey movie.
The
Yeah.
monkey with the
Never seen it.
baseball.
I wonder what position he played.
Never seen it. The only one I've seen on that list was Caddyshack too. That was bad.
Are you a movie guy?
Not really.
I didn't think so.
I don't watch bad movies though. Like
Listen, so when I was up till 5 and legitimately doing work, but I always have stuff going in the background. The new documentary on The Undertaker on WWE Network is awesome. Because it's not, like, I didn't want to hear about, like, The Undertaker. What was that? That was
I heard
Knuckles?
Quick crack.
That was in Dolby Digital, dude. That was incredible. The Undertaker, if you got the WWE Network, I know Ron pushed it yesterday, so it kind of drew my intrigue to it. It's all the behind-the-scenes stuff. He's had over 20 surgeries.
On
like,
what?
Like he has both hips replaced. They show it, which is disgusting. It's absolute. My legs
Wait,
just
they
lost.
show his like
his hip bone and shaving it and all that stuff. Now, if you know me, you know I hate needles, and they show the injection right after a
that's a big
WrestleMania.
ass needle, isn't it?
They put the wrong knee in my
losing the feeling in
mom.
my legs
You guys
again.
want to talk about cringy? They put the wrong knee in my mom, but that's a different story.
Oh, man.
It's way too big.
Okay, so
She
next
looks
topic,
gross
here we
with
go.
it. Mom, if you're watching, you look gross. Good, I
Let's
figured
roll
out.
along to the next one.
I can't do like that. I can't do needles. I can't do like open wounds. I can't do it. I get it. There's people that are like really proud of it and stuff. I can't like. I go almost paralyzed below my
And then your
waist.
color goes.
Yeah, like I can't do it. If I need to get a shot, like I've got to amp myself up. Like I'm talking like
I got to look away when I get blood. Like
Motley
You're
Crue.
doing those smelling salts.
Yeah, like I've got to get myself into it. But that was only a miniature part of it. But you know, they're in there and they're asking him about like, have you ever had surgery before? And he just kind of looked at her, like he went to extend his hands, and he couldn't extend his hands because all of his fingers had been broken at one point.
Oh, my.
So like, if you're out there, and even if you don't like wrestling, everybody knows who the Undertaker is, right? So if you have the WWE Network, I think part of it's free now. Sign up for it and watch this. They're on part 3. I think there's going to be 4 or 5 parts to it. They're each an hour. They're really, really good. Really, really well done. And you start to feel for it because he's got little kids. The dude's probably like 55.
Yeah.
He's got a beautiful wife. Excuse me, Michelle McCool.
That match with Mankind probably did him in.
I mean, he didn't take the brunt of it.
I know, Mankind's tooth came out through his mouth.
Yeah, I mean, Mick Foley, how he's still, God bless him, he's still alive and still walking. Like, when he went off that cage in Pittsburgh, through the table, there's not a person there that thought he was alive.
Mick
Everybody
Foley
thinks
just
he's
played in, you guys ever hear of the Peanut Butter Falcon?
No.
Go home and watch it.
dead. Where's it on?
Amazon Prime if you have it.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's a wrestling movie, and it's awesome. You'll love it.
Oh,
I don't want to touch on it.
I'm
but
sure. I mean,
Mankind's in it.
I haven't seen any wrestling. Like, I haven't watched Raw in like 6 months. Just when they canceled or did whatever WrestleMania, like I had no interest in it. Zero.
Yeah.
My
My little brother was watching it last night. I was like, how are you? Like, it's not entertaining.
No, it's not anymore.
Because the fans are, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just not. It's just not.
Could you imagine The Rock walk out and when he wasn't big? Because that's what he was all about with the fans.
This has done nothing but prove that the WWE universe is legitimately a superstar.
Yep.
Like, you have to have fans in the stands. To where NASCAR, baseball, basketball, football, like, people don't realize, like, how much fans are a part of the game.
It changes it so much.
Imagine when you go yah-yah, 452 feet to left center field, and nobody's cheering for you but your teammates. That is going to be the crappiest situation. Like, the adrenaline you get from it.
And it's got to feel good seeing people scurry to go get your ball. You know what I mean?
You're gonna, like,
when now you don't have it.
The event staff's got to be running from like the bathroom to go.
I'm gonna go try and get hired to do that. start
That'd be fantastic.
tripping people and getting lost.
But I mean, it all boils down to the worst movie. None of us have seen Ed. You saw Ed.
I saw it.
You saw Ed. Was it that
I
bad?
didn't think it was the #1 worst movie I've ever seen.
I'm just pissed about Joanna, man.
I think that's a false.
That's my
list.
beef today, by the way.
That's your beef. Yeah, let's get to our G Burbick Farm.
Yeah,
What's
that
your
might be
beef?
one of my beefs right there.
Brought to you by
Juana, man.
G
Beef
Burbick
is Juana,
Farms. You visit them on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Their farm to your freezer that quick. Make sure you tell Greg that YSN sent you, and make sure you give him a shout out because he's been a supporter since day one. Day one, he loves YSN, and he's huge. He loves everything we do. And of course, that's why when you look back, he's got the studio is named after him. So, and he paid a couple dollars. What's your beef is Joanna Man?
Well, yeah, that shouldn't even be on that list. Joanna Man was a great movie.
I think I'm with this
Rich is
list.
on
I don't
board.
like the list at all. I mean, Angels in the End Zone should definitely be in the top 5. I mean, how they're 14th or 15th,
He's
whatever
really
they
offended.
were.
I know,
Angels in the end
seriously.
zone.
Dude, it was
Joanna Man and Angels in the End
It
Zone.
was like such a disappointment because Angels in the Outfield was so good. I mean, I still watch it to this day. And then they came out with the Angels in the End Zone. I'm like, this is great. I mean, this is great. And it came out, and I'm like, this is the worst movie I have ever seen.
People stinker.
Can't recreate that magic from
It was
the first one.
it
You
was
just
like the
can't do
same
it.
exact plot, but with high school football, and it just didn't work.
Well, how
Like
do you
some of the
change- how do
same.
you change it though? Like, how can you change that movie into something else to remake it?
Exactly,
It's
you
that
can't.
one.
It's hard to do high school football unless you're like, is it
Unless you're
Permian?
the Maslin Tigers.
Yeah.
And actually can
Friday Night
make a
Lights.
documentary on it.
Trey said Ed was great, by the way. So
It wasn't bad.
Our
It's
dude-
definitely not #1.
Trey's got it on Blu-ray.
That's my beef right there. Ed is not #1.
All right, Cusif.
I actually don't have any beef today. It's,
Shut
it's a good. I don't. I've got nothing.
I think your beef should be everybody at this table.
Nah, I can't get mad at you guys. I live next to you, so I can't get mad at you. Can't get mad at the guy that brought me here, and Tristan doesn't matter.
What the hell? What'd I do to this guy?
So here's
I'm gonna piss in that Mountain Dew when you go to the bathroom.
That's yellow.
It's empty
That's
anyway.
green.
Yeah, it'd be safety green.
My beef is this, and it's a serious note. It's all we're gonna do to kind of touch on it. COVID, is it a thing anymore? With all this protesting and all this stuff going on, like what are we supposed to believe? You know, are we supposed to be separate? Are we supposed to be together? What are we supposed to do? So, I would just ask the government, whoever's in charge of all of this, give us some instruction. We talked about leadership during this show. Give us leadership. Give us guidance. Give us, a little bit of influence to tell us what we're supposed to do in a time of unrest, a time of confusion. Like, we've got people telling us to go left, people telling us to go right, north, south, east, west. What are we supposed to do? Tell us. And if we don't know, let's say we don't know.
Yeah.
And let's go. Let's get back to real life. Our life has, we've tried to keep life as normal as we could around here. But let's get everybody else back to real life and let's play ball.
Absolutely.
This past weekend was a really good weekend for America in the sense that although there was a lot of distractions going on, if you look on this hand, we were back on the diamonds. We were back on the courts. We were back in the weight room. Let's get back to stuff that people can believe in, people want to be part of, because sports, when you put it all down to it, it's not part of our livelihood the way that we want it to be, but it brings people together and it gives people purpose. So let's get back to that. That's my G Burbick Farms. What's your beef? Brought to you by gburbickfarms.com. Their farm to your freezer right now. Last thing, and we're just going to make this one word, one sentence. I talked to you about my bee incident, bee gate, as we call it, where I was trying to win a game, claimed that there was a bee sting in my helmet, took it out, and we ended up winning the game because we stole all the momentum. Tristan, give me one situation where you tried to cheat the game.
I didn't really try to cheat the game, but it looked like I did real quick. I was yelling trap, 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 trap in basketball. Now, defensively, as a coach, you can't call timeout. He awarded me the timeout. I just walked away because I knew I wasn't supposed to get it. The other coach went crazy, ended up getting a technical. I just acted like nothing was wrong. I knew that it was wrong to accept that and not say, hey, I didn't call a timeout. But once he got the technical, I was like, no, there's really not much I can do now. So I was yelling trap, 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 trap.
Richie, go.
And, I'm not proud to say it, but shaving a few strokes off the golf game.
Ah!
I mean, it hurts to say.
Were you in a league?
I know I'm wrong. Nah, I mean,
No,
we're just playing for fun.
No, it don't matter.
You gotta get a foot
Take
fetish
it.
out once in a while.
And like,
Yeah, that's like
Shoot
breathing.
a 7, I put down a 4. Yeah,
yeah, it hurts.
It is what
Because
it
I like
is.
to be honest with
Personal
myself.
pride.
And
You're such a baby.
who knows?
No, we love you because you're so
Yeah.
innocent. Such an innocent child.
Don't go golfing with me then.
Yeah, stay out of here, cheater.
I'm counting your strokes.
Q, what do you got?
Yeah, kind of the same thing as Tristan. I mean, I've been awarded timeouts more than I shouldn't have. I mean, it's fun when it happens. I guess it gives me a timeout.
Everyone in the gym sees it.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know your situation. Mine was I didn't have any. I had no timeouts left, so I would have been. Yeah, I would have got a technical, and then it would have been their ball. But they gave it to me, so I ran with it, and we won. That's all that matters.
Bottom line is don't play softball against DJ, don't golf against Richie, and don't play basketball against these two coaches. That's the Power Hour, 12 to 3. Thanks for tuning in. You can tune in on Thursday. We'll be here with you, 12 to 3 again. Running Point tomorrow. That's also 12 to 3. Thanks for tuning in to YSN. We'll see you next time. Bye.
21
Good evening,
News.
and thank you for joining us.
Let's get right to our top
More
story
experienced reporters
A new Wilmington
At
restaurant.
GM Lordstown,
telling more local stories
We'll look at
baby boy is recovering from a broken.
around our
Good
valley.
Community in
afternoon.
Niles,
We are
one
here in
Chicago
Youngstown,
Valley
right up.
Because you expect
It's important for everyone. No place like home.
more local news.
In Mercer County
Before
Court.
they become life-threatening.
21 News is our valley's #1 local news.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in the Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.